How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream, boys. How are all of you doing today? Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. How are you guys all doing? Yo, we got ourselves more duels up and running on the day. Yeah, I feel you too, Bellator. I feel you too now, my guy. Boys! So, it was a really difficult decision for me to figure out what we're going to be doing today, because the question is, are we doing PTR or are we doing live? I asked as many of you as I could that are regulars, that make the groups together, what your preference was. I think the plan originally was, based on the feedback that I got, was to do live EU on a Friday and then do PTR on a Saturday. But chat, what do you guys want to see? Like, we will make the change and the adjustment right now if everybody wants to just hop on PTR and have some fun. Oh, music's loud, a little loud, sorry. If everybody just wants to hop on PTR and have some fun there, aren't they doing like a play with the blues event today as well? That'd be kind of awkward if we were to just go in there and disrupt it with our duels, right? That'd be kind of weird. They'll be like, wow, there's all these people out here that want to PvP, but none of them are queuing to fight the devs. What are they doing? You know, maybe we could just show the devs that, hey, there's interest in the 5V5 1v1 duels scene. Let's make it a vote. Yo, I would say 9.5, right? Yeah, originally planned SP 915, but it depends if the chat wants to do PTR or whatnot, man. Because, like, if all of you guys are interested in PTR and all of you have PTR, man, we could just make today PTR duel day so EU and NA can both play. I mean, it's really up to you guys. Make a vote. Yo, should we make a vote in chat? Chat, how do we do a vote? Hold on. Create a poll. Duels 5V5 1v1 duels vote. Let's do live 915 EU servers or PTR. PTR. Yo, SP, I know you want to see some live servers. Chat, because today the plan was originally to get a bit of variety from the live duels over on the live servers, and then do PTR tomorrow. Should we do both? I'm meaning Windwalker Monk right now telling you, I feel like, oh, what the? I'm not really sure what that means, Lauti, but how you doing, my guy? I'm not sure what to say about that one. That's oh, Jesus. Can you call that an off-color joke? Is that a badumts moment as well? What do we want down? I could put the poll on the stream, but like, chat, like, what do you want to do, man? And PTR the next day, PTR both days. Okay, we could do a vote in the. We could do the vote in the chat. We do it like this. Let's contain between 1 and 35 characters. PTR next day. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to type out the poll in the chat, but it's doing like a weird thing. Chat, let me know if you see this. I'm not dueling, but I will let you see PTR boys duel today. Chat. I'm trying to make a poll over in the chat. Did it work? Okay, it did. Chat, we actually have a poll in the chat. Like, actually, you guys can vote there. So normally we do the votes through I just ask in chat and I'll see what the chat response is. But here you can actually do the vote and see what we get. You can vote. What do you want to see? You want to do PTR both days or like live EU today and then the other team tomorrow? 915 team is ready? Yo, SP already got a group, man, because we could do some live on EU and then PTR the next day, right? We could do that, chat. You know? What do you guys think? For me, PTR, I get DC'd every 5 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, there might be some issues over in PTR too. That is worth pointing out. 915 team ready? Yeah, because like chat, we could do both. Like we could do live today and then PTR tomorrow where everybody can join up. My biggest issue and concern about PTR right now, just kind of out of the blue, like I'm not against it, it's just there's a good chance that if I let boys know ahead of time, hey, we're going to be doing PTR, just make sure to download it, we are likely to get more people to join us on PTR. You know, I know there's a lot of you that can already immediately hop on PTR day one immediately, but not everybody, man. And if I make the announcement, we're likely to get more people to join up and compete and have more fun, more bodies in general. But yeah, is duels, right? PvP, both of them, yeah, both of them would be live or PTR. And it looks like the chat, even though we have only 22 votes, even though we only have 5 viewers, looks like live now and PTR tomorrow is winning out. I think it would be fair though to do live right now, right, chat? Because normally, I like to announce PTR ahead of time just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, because otherwise it can surprise people. What do you guys think? Pair is possible? PTR is possible? PTR is possible, but I think we have a better turnout when I announce it ahead of time. So maybe we should do live, like, because originally the plan was to do live today, PTR tomorrow. That was the original plan. But like, if you had like an overwhelming majority of you just like want PTR so badly and you would want to join on PTR duels, I'm not against like swapping out for it. Let's do one live on PTR this week and we'll do both PTR. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna do this, chat. We're gonna do EU live servers 915 today. We're gonna end the poll. We're gonna do live today and then PTR tomorrow. All right, I'm just gonna end it right here just because I get in the general room. Get a feel for the room. How to be able to join in a while? You're Jorgen, you're more than welcome to join in. Let's just stick to our plan today, right? Have some fun on live, then bring all that energy, all the good vibes tomorrow for PTR, slam it out of the park. How does that sound, chat? Alrighty, our team is ready. Yeah, so we got a couple of teams on live anyway, so we're ready to go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, chat. Thank you guys so much for voting and being vocal in the chat. It helps me out a lot. It helps me know what you want to see in content, because I'm flexible, man. I got interest, you know. I'll present you things I'm interested in doing, and you guys let me know what you like. This is how we get this channel rolling, man. Collaboration. I got ideas. You tell me which one of these ideas you like the most. I'm flexible like that, man. I'm flexible like that. All right, boys. Let's hop on that live EU servers. Have some fun over in the 5v5 1v1 duels, yeah? Let's have some fun, boys. What's up, bro? What's up? Give it back. How you doing, man? We got Heavy, we got Ahmed, we got Jesus, we got Jorgen, Ariki, Holy Moly, Sullivan, we got Aram, we got Ahmad, we got MB, Mello. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to the regular. If you guys are a fan of the streams, fan of the channel, give it a thumbs up pretty early on. That helps out the channel tremendously. Also, if you're watching the streams on regular, and you're not subscribed, you haven't hit the bell, what are you doing? Might as well subscribe as well, hit the bell while you're here anyway, right? If you keep going back to the content, you might as well do it, fam. You also get the info for the how to join duels part. Copy it over from the Discord. Here we go, boys. Shazay do. Oops. Yeah. There's the. Wait, what? What did I say? Something about poops. Did I read that right or did I read that wrong? What's going on? I think I read that one wrong. We got Jesus here with a group. Wait, okay, so everybody whisper me who have a group. I think Jesus was second or third. I know that SP has a group. SP, whisper me in real ID right now. I know you have a group. You were the first one to whisper me. What group you in? What's up, Dimitri? How you doing, my guy? Chad down. What's up, Declan? How you doing, fam? How you doing, beauty? Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Romaro here. We got a team. Yo, SP, whisper me. I know you were the first one to say you have a group. Unless you're in Jesus's or Romaro's group, let me know. How do you know? How are you doing? I just finished the campaign off of the Covenant. Should I go on my Red Pally? Try, if you're first time playing the game, try Kyrian. It's a really good, solid choice. It'll give you the damage you want. All that good stuff. Boy, gotta be first up. Boy. So who is gonna be next? Is it Jesus or Romaro? I think it was Jesus, right? We gotta have Romaro on the backup, so we'll get Romaro maybe as the third one. Something big happened yesterday? What happened, Declan? What happened? He hit us with the big news. I need a team. Don't have a team. I'm alone. Oh, need a team. Okay. Boy got a group. Jesus got a group. You might be able to join either one of them. Wait, what? Holy is a Hoya. Yes, but okay, so I think Arky says he's telling Holy, yo, pop online. We're gonna be getting a group together and all that stuff. Yeah. What's up, Dimitri? How you doing, my guy? How can you yeah, Kyrian, start off with that. That's a good one to start with. Then you can, afterwards, after playing a little bit with Kyrian, you can try maybe Necrolord. That's a pretty good one too. You could try Venti if you look at your raid. Or maybe even Nightfeed for some of the cheesy PvP gameplay. Okay, Spectator, Boy, NG. Hold on, is it 3 S's? If I team Forest Outland Horde, alright. You got the Heavenly Cloud Serpent, bro! Wait, hold on. Before we join the duels, Heavenly. Onyx, right? Onyx? Yo, that's a good one. What the? That's a good looking oh my god. Wait, is that from the Shah? Or is that from that one rare in the that one rare in Thomas Isle? It's either the Shah or Thomas Isle, Declan. That's huge. Something huge? Bro, dude, that's a huge mount. I'm not a mount guy, but I know that thing is rare. That's huge. Yo, Declan. Yo, try to hang out in Northern, see if what's his face? The time lost protege spawns. If you got that lucky, you should just hang out there for 5 minutes, see if one spawns. You never know, right? At this point, you maybe should try the lottery or something, you know what I mean? That's huge. From Shaw, that's awesome. The Twitch. I never gotten that one from Shaw. I remember doing it back in Miss Pandaria when I kind of cared about mounts. On Team 1, we got ourselves Azada as a survival hunter. We got ourselves Mentally Boom over as a marksman. Wolf gonna be first up as a BM. We got ourselves a triple hunter gameplay, but at least one of them is a melee hunter. So you know what? I'll allow it technically. Hunter gameplay is very similar. All of them kite, all of them CC, all of them go for range gameplay, even survival. But I will allow it on that team. We also got SP coming back in on his glad mount. We also got ourselves a Jiro as well. The boys are back with Wolf, starting off with Kama. Fassel approaching him. It looks like it's going to be a quick, slow shot out of Wolf as Fassel kind of walks next to him. Is going to jump under the platform and maybe sending the pets over at Wolf. That's exactly what's happening. He's gonna have to resummon a new Wrathguard. Wolf trying to see if he can maybe interrupt it. Does land the interrupt. Is that gonna be the main pet dead for Fassel? Might be pretty bad for him. Trying to walk towards Wolf. Gonna be that stun from the free summon, the extra bonus summon pet. Looks like his Wrathguard is still alive. Stun into Wolf. That's gonna also be a knockdown from the Fell Lord with a Mortal Coil. The Tyrant is actually blasting him out. Decimated bolt flying. Onto Wolf does go for a turtle. Fassel trying to send in the big decimating bolts, demon bolts, but looks like he's not gonna be able to kill him just yet. Fassel going up to the top of that platform, resummoning the new fresh Felguard. Wolf taking lots of damage, could be going down. Quick fade down, massive heal for him. Still more demon bolts flying out. Freezing trap stopping the Rascal, but now the Warlock Warrior pets against someone as Fassel just putting so much pressure onto Wolf. And that's going to be a quick stun with a stun return back towards Wolf. Tricking out of Fassel. He's trying to get ahead to go down. Wolf trying to go for maybe an interrupt. Does he go for the counter shot? Knockback. Want to Fassel with the explosive shot or explosive trap. And Wolf going behind the pillar to land a Fleshcraft. No interrupt of Fassel just yet. So Wolf at least recovered a little bit of healing. Fassel could maybe go for a Fleshcraft of his own if enough time has passed. Mortal Coil into Wolf does trick it out of it. Going to be feigned death to dodge the cast from Fassel. Trying to go for an interrupt to Fassel, but it's not going to go anywhere. Fassel does pour it into a dark back. Has plenty of shields to work with. Wolf is going to get hit with a fear as Fassel goes for full Fleshcraft. And Fassel has just got so aggressive here in the open. A decimated bolt getting sent out. And I think this song set is just not fitting the duels mix, the intensity, the competitiveness of it all. We need another whole mix here right now, boys, pronto, because this song is just not gonna work for me at all. Freeze onto Fassel. Wolf trying to go for a bit of health recovery, unable to get any because the Demon Dog is due interrupt him. Gonna be a fear onto Fassel. Does get interrupted on Shadow. Demon Bolt still flying. Does he have the empowered Demon Bolts? Potentially. Deathshock can get it sent in over at Fassel. Fassel, where is your Wrathguard? Where is your main pet? Looks like he's actually gonna get stripped away. Big kill shot at the end. Wolf does end up taking him out with a big old death chakram just tearing right through the Warlock. No explosions with that death chakram yet though. Not until the next patch. Nerdo is going to be up next over on the team 2. A Fury Warrior charged out at Wolf. It's going to be a knockback immediately. Even though he had Blade Storm rolling, still got knocked out like a Beyblade flying out. And Nerda looking to reconnect back with Wolf. Does he have yet another leap? He does go for the Warlock port. Oh! Normally, we want Warlocks to use the port by themselves, but you know what? I don't know, it's a bit of a gray area. Gonna be a fear assy. Wolf goes for a disengage, freezing trap, reflected back into Wolf. Unless this hunter has a turtle shell, he has no outs right now. Charge onto Wolf as Nerda goes in full reckless abandon, big burst. Death Chakram getting sent out over the warrior, and he's taking a bit of damage himself. Gonna be friends of region just to keep himself alive. Gonna be big rage and blows. Wolf isn't an execute range. Looks like might be going down. Fake death for a second. Son Nerda does have a chicken forward. Wolf at no health whatsoever. Does go down. I'm not even sure what killed him at the end. Nerda does not have any bleeds. He's not even an arms warrior. But he does end up taking him out. I think Nerdo making a Nerdo out of the hunter. Gonna be a eyes picked up by Nerdo. Should be able to see Izeta. Does he? He should be able to, right? It looks like he decided to back up out. Maybe he wanted to get the pet over behind the pillar just to get a couple bloodthirsts in. Maybe that's exactly what he's trying to do. Gonna be that Kyrian burst. Azeta throwing out nades. Gonna be a lead for Nerdus. Still has the line of sight. Oh, Azeta is just able to get a lot of damage out. It's a reflect. And Nerdus goes in, gets hit with a stun. Does he have anything for him? Needs some kind of recovery, needs some kind of heal. Bladestorm just remain immune any CC for a moment. Gonna be the freezing trap just to stop him for a second. As Zeta does walk away to make sure Manic Benedicts have allowed him to recover. Steel trap on a Nerdum. He's just gonna be stuck in CC for a second. I think it's gonna be over, and Zeta does end up lobbing out the grenade into a kill shot right into the heart. Taking him out with Valentino charging out. Look at this guy. Look at this suave looking dude named Valentino. He got his nice dress shirt. He's got a paladin like plate gloves. He got the plate greaves on. I'm not even sure. He's playing Necrolord though, so that is something to watch out for. You can look and appreciate his mod, but you should also be very, very careful of the fact that this guy is a big old Necro Paladin. This has been a lot deadlier than ever before. Mod's going to be Hand of Freedom for Valentino. Azeta does have a trinket, so he's going to be okay for a bit in case he gets hit with a stun. Trying to see if he can juke Valentino around. Looks like Valentino is lagging by quite a bit. I'm not really sure if that's going to send him behind. Maybe just a visual thing, and maybe on his screen he's just A-okay, or maybe he's lagging and it is going to be a bit to a detriment of him. Trying to see if he can pony up towards Azeta. Azeta is just trying to burn as much damage as possible. Going to do the pet sack on a Hodge. Valentino setting up the big hammer. Big burst on Azeta. This is going to be a freezing trap onto Valentino, who does bubble out of there. Just trying to keep the pressure rolling onto Azeta while the bubble and wings are up. Azeta does have a turtle shell in case things go bad. Might want to consider using it because that is a paladin with full wings approaching him slowly but surely. Looks like there's a bit of lag. Valentino might actually be lagging to the point of detriment to his gameplay, but he still might be able to come out on top. Because that is how his paladins do it. Even though they might be lagging a bit. Wings full burst might be enough. Zeta does go for a trick and feign disengage away from Valentino. Is trying to make sure there's maximum range between the paladin. Trying to really make the paladin work for the kill here. Trying to make him walk a mile in his own shoes before Azeta gives anything up for him. Gonna be quick. Harpoon to a freezing trap again. Sets himself up in a good position so you can go for a full reset. A good long distance. Gonna be that Kevin Slime spitting over at Azeta, disrupting his own heal. Does go for the normal first aid in order to recover. Valentino only as we are heading into that 6-minute 30-second mark into the duel. Only a 9% dampening. So he's okay. Azeta dropping down the Kyrian arrow so you can get line of sight to Valentino without necessarily being next to him. Does go for a flank and strike into a stun onto the pet as the Fade Death comes out effortlessly for the Hunter. Valentino unable to really stun the Hunter for the moment. Still able to get quite a lot of burst out. Valentino just trying to figure out where his target is. I think the lag is really causing this guy to fall behind here. I think his screen is actually showing him some weird things with this lag. Probably seeing the Hunter just kind of blinking around left and right. Super unfortunate, but still has a chance. It is a paladin with bicycle protection still available, so at least he got some form of immunity available. It could be moved with a trank shot, but if you time it right, if you have a Zeta trank shot, then you bop at least for like 10 seconds. You have that immunity. I think if you time it right, you might be able to do it. Gonna be a stun onto Zeta. Does Valentino have big burst? Does have the big procs. Zeta does drop down pretty low, but a freezing trap is gonna allow him to separate away from the paladin. The camo is gonna let him recover, and Valentino got himself at least a full flesh cut back up and running, so he's going to be okay for the time being. Azeta does drop down a Hunter's Mark on him, trying to land a steel trap, but Valentino is going to be jumping down, and Zeta has that high ground. He has the line of sight. He has a steel trap set up in order to make sure that there's going to be distance between the two. Valentino trying to approach Zeta. Hand of Freedom is being used. It's going to go do damage to the pet, at least to generate some holy power. Going to be that harpoon for Zeta as he's trying to go for a bit of a switch over with Valentino. It looks like Valentino is looking for the complete reset altogether. Kyrian arrow coming down. He needs to create some line of sight with a Hunter. He needs to find a way to do some damage, at least generate holy power so he can start healing. Valentino is just kind of charging all over the place with that stun. Kind of weird looking, but it's going to be Zeta charging with a flank and strike over at Valentino as the Shield of Vengeance goes down. Valentino trying to see if he can close that gap, maybe get that Shield of Vengeance next to a Zeta as soon as he can. There's still lots of damage this paladin having to take, trying to create some line of sight, but again, like the lag, we were able to just to see how it's kind of like eating into his gameplay here a little bit. Who's going to come out on top, though? That is the question. Azeta still has a max range on him, just hasn't been able to take down the paladin just yet. And by this point, you only have 20 seconds left in the bubble. So far, Azeta, even though he has the advantage, hasn't been able to really bring the paladin down as Valentino slides over the freezer trap and slides down the ramp a little bit. I mean, freezer trap is made of ice, but I didn't think it would be literally slippery. And Azeta trying to unleash some damage. Valentino finally close range of Azeta. Going to be the trinket for that Hodge. Valentino might have to bubble this. He might be in a bad spot. Is going to go for the bubble as soon as the globals allow him. Trying to recover flashlights. Holding onto wings. And Azeta did burn a trinket there. So if Valentino can maybe set up another full Hodge onto Azeta with full burst, he might just have it. Kyrian burst is going to be out for Azeta though. Got himself plenty extra crit. Looking to maybe drop down Valentino. Valentino has next auto attack. You give him wings. Going to be potentially huge damage. Big healing for sure. Does get the stun onto the pet with a wake of ashes, as the pet is treated as an undead beast. Undead more importantly than a beast. Azeta got a lot of damage coming out. Going to be execution sentence. The hammer. And that's going to be quick evade death for Azeta. I didn't know the Valentino was running the hammer this whole time. Maybe he was trying to hammer people down in the most literal sense. Fleshcat as he gets to drop down on Holy, so he does have a defensive to work with. Does Valentino have a hammer justice? Because if he has wings, he could maybe make something happen here. He is kind of low on health. Shield Defender should give him enough protection. Kill shots are coming through. Try to give himself some healing, but lagging really badly. Does get the Hodge on Zeta. Is he actually going to have the burst here? Does he have enough damage? Looking to maybe catch up some of the burst. Going to be fade death for Zeta. I think it might be over for Valentino unless he has summon here. Anything available. Looks like he is going to go down. Took a little bit for Azeta to take him down, even though he had the advantage, but he still was able to do it either way. That Jesus is going to be up next. Going to be Nade's going to throw in as Azeta try to go for the line of sight, deal damage to the Death Knight without ever having to touch him. And is looking to create some line of sight, just separate away from the guy for a moment. Jesus does walk into a steel trap. His foot getting caught in it. Going to be the pet empowered with the Dark Transformation. That pet is going to do quite a bit of damage. Azeta is going to focus down the pet while he can. Actually, I think going for a kill shot, so that's going to be a pet done and over for the Death Knight. Going to be a stun onto the DK as he goes in for the grippy hand. Freeze trap on top of it, so that grippy hand, I think, does not do anything while CC'd. Or actually, no, I think the grippy hand is supposed to be able to grip even if you're CC'd now. It just no longer grips stealthies. Gonna be a new fresh pet for Jesus. Azeta got himself a full camo, had himself the opener. The Death Knight did just use quite a lot of his burst, except for the Army of the Dead itself. I don't think he's running the A-bomb, but he is running Army of the Dead, unless he's running like the non-army playstyle. Maybe he's running the Crypt Fever playstyle, which is from Apocalypse, from summoning an army of undead to help you. To like a dot, and does percentage health damage. And it is refreshed every time you heal. Full flesh cut up for the Death Knight. Azeta could? Actually, no, he doesn't play flesh cuffed. For some reason, I thought the Hunter does. Going to be a full Kyrian burst out onto the Death Knight. AMS is available together with Spell Warden. Is actually completely immune to any magical damage, poison, or fire from the grenades. But still, lots of damage coming down onto the Death Knight. How much to burn every defensive? Going to be a full IBF as well as a Warlock Hellstone from Vassal as is part of his team. Azeta taking a bit of damage himself. Army of the Dead does join the fight. Jesus is still super low. Gonna be a freezing trap onto that pet. Azeta does go for Eternal Shell. Jesus with a Lichborn trying to give himself as much healing with Death Codes, just trying to create some of those resources off that pet, but a 42% dampening. Not much you can do. Dark Pact trying to get some damage out onto Zeta. There was Ancient Hysteria. Lots of damage coming out by the Hunter as well as Jesus. Jesus trying to see if he can end it right here. No health at all available. That's gonna be Azeta slamming down his spear on his head, cracking the dome, taking him out with Healing Storm, trying not to let Azeta escape out of here. Freezing trap on the other side, might just shrink it out of it. It's gonna go for it. Stun into Azeta. No way out. I don't think Healing Storm is gonna give him much of an opportunity here, unless Azeta somehow survives. Does have Exil. Camo does get the camo in between of all that burst. Healing Storm get in with a steel trap. Hand of Freedom and Pony is available. Azeta's still just trying to juke it out of there. Barely any health. Does he survive? Does he put the survive in survival? It looks like it's going to be a last bastion of offense here. Stone into Healing Storm. Might have to bubble this. Actually choose to bubble this though. Azeta got every cooldown on a Healing Storm. This Paladin did not want this Hunter to escape at all. And so Jiro is at least given a bit of an honor though for Healing Storm. Let him recover while bubble is up. At least gave an opportunity. Gonna be that blind. Healing Storm seeing a trick out of Sajiro with a fear. Healing Storm, I think, trying to go for the most amount of damage with that blind wings. But with Sajiro backing up out of the Healing Storm, could recover a bit of health. Trying to max the damage off his wings. Gonna be big hammers thrown at Sajiro as he's playing the Night Fae Fury Warrior. Interesting choice. He's trying to go for the big knockdown. Healing Storm slowly approaching him. Going to be a reflect up. Healing Storm trying to wait out. Make sure there's no Hodge reflected back to himself. Does that a Hodge into Blaze Storm? Hopefully not. Healing Storm with the Blessing of Protection. Sajiro most likely going to knock him down. Looks like he's going to be a knockdown from Night Fae, but the Shatter just doesn't fall through. And Healing Storm still get knocked down even though he's on the underside of the bridge. I guess the Ancient Aftershock kind of just goes under the bridge as well. I think kind of like a flare does. Which is kind of weird when it happens. Kind of weird, not gonna lie. Healing Storm catching up on a bit of healing. trying to maintain themselves as best as possible, ponied up. And Sajiro looks like he's going to be backing up out of there completely. This is very difficult to chase after a paladin, especially with the slows they got. Reflect is up, charging in. Healing Storm making sure not to reflect a Hodge back into himself. Wants to save that for maybe defense or maybe even potentially offense. The more damage Sajiro does to Healing Storm, he has a chance to build up for Vengeance, which could be potentially lots of damage from Wings. And Sajiro just continuing to rampage on Healing Storm, continuing to chip away at him little by little. Eventually, Healing Storm is going to get set of Wings. I think that is a proc of Wings. Sajiro doesn't have anything for it. Healing Storm is going to go for a Hodge, and actually going to be more offensive here with a big hammer throw. Sajiro does have a defensive play, going to be a massive wreck. Healing Storm almost taken. Oh my god! I thought for a second that Healing Storm was going to back up, heal himself to full, but instead he just went Seraphim blind and just smashed down the hammer. I'm not even sure if Enraged Regen was out for Sajiro when he got slammed with a final blow. He might have actually had it gone by then, but if it wasn't, that means you'd burst it through 20% damage reduction. That is massive. So you imagine how much more damage you could have done if that defensive was not there. That is actually crazy. Start sleep? Yeah, SV, you haven't got to play at all, have you? Looks like he's going to be mentally boom before you. Boom up there with a freezing trap around the corner. Marksman playing that Necrolord. We're going to be a scatter shot onto Healing Storm. As a trinkets out of it, decides, you know what, I'm going to go for reset freezing trap. It's going to de-arm for a second. Going to be massive damage on a mentally boom. Hasn't been able to get himself a double tap rapid fire or anything. Healing Storm taking quite a bit of damage. So rapid fire is going to be deadly. Healing Storm got himself shield of vengeance. Is that going to be enough though? At no health whatsoever. Kill shots are going to be deadly. Stun onto mentally boom. Needs another hit. Just one more. Healing Storm trying to get himself recovered. 60% damage. Got him some Wings, maybe more healing. Healing is barely doing anything at all. Unless you have a blind or something for Mentally Boom, I think it's over. It looks like he does go down. Mentally Boom decided to take him out right then and there. And a Zeta did quite a lot of damage. That was a lot of bursts on a Healing Storm as well. Both of the boys are part Team 1 and Team 2 crushing each other as hard as they can. There we go. Boys, first duel of the EU today. Let's get it up and running. Yeah, we got Sentry with a team 4 out of 5 5. Let's go, boys. Let's get another one up and running. So we got ourselves either SP or Team Jesus that gotta go next. I think we gotta get SP in here because Team SP, like SP himself, didn't get to play at all. If you guys got a group, by the way, let me know in real ID. Boy, we gotta get Boy in here since his team, since SP never got to play, so we gotta get him next, and then we'll have Jesus on standby. How does that sound, boys? Jesus, your team, keep him there. Make sure nobody goes anywhere. Tell him you guys are going next. Whoever we have available afterwards, you guys are going next, guarantee. How many are we at right now? 200 USL, 250, 60, 70, 80, 73, 2, 1, 273. We're almost close to reaching that 300, boys. I'm pretty sure we'll do that in patch 9.2. All is first aid worth it? Yeah, I think so. I feel like if you get a moment to like get away from somebody, I think having first aid is better than not having first aid. And the thing is with first aid, I think you just buy bandages. I don't think you even need to have like, with first aid, I don't think you even need to have like the professional first aid. I think they removed that. I think you just buy bandages at this point. Yo, Nightmares, can we get a hashtag Nightmares for a beautiful mustache, my guy? Thank you so much, my man. Nightmares. Hold on, I want to make sure I spell it right. Nightmares Treasures. My guy, can we get a hashtag Night in chat showing appreciation? Well, for Dono, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate ya. Did I export it? Hold on. EUSL 273. 273. Okay, well, hopefully I saved it. I'm gonna save it again just in case. Missing one over in Team 1. But hopefully they'll end up loading in. We'll still play it out either way. As I think the team is trying to figure out who's going first, who's going last. Switch. So Rocky Cool Channel Monster. See what's up, Chris? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. What's back with the suggest for new rogue assassination easily? Looks like it's gonna be Sajiro first up versus Athoman. Oh, Athoman, are you playing the Necrolord this time? I zoned into this arena a little bit late. But it looks like Sajiro already got an Enraged Regeneration out, or Athoman rather, got Enraged Regen out of Sajiro. Already got Wreck out of Sajiro, but Athoman did use offensives and one defensive of I-49. Not any big defenses just yet, no bubble or nothing like that yet. Stunner to Sajiro could be really bad for him. Gonna be a big proc for Athoman, trying to get himself a big hammer swing out. Sajiro trying to go for the biggest damage as well. Gonna be a bunch of Raging Blows back to back. But looks like Athoman is just trying to keep himself afloat as best as humanly possible versus Sajiro. And Sajiro just trying to keep the pressure rolling versus the Pala. Trying to keep him kind of pinned there. Gonna be Sajiro backing up out for a second. I think was trying to go for maybe a charge Hodge by Athaman. Is that gonna be enough damage here? Actually gets Sajiro quite low, but Sajiro does go for a pretty big heal. Does he play a impending victory? Likely, right? Knocked down into Athaman with a Blaze Sword to follow. Athaman taking actually quite a bit of damage. Eye for an eye is up. Sajiro is gonna reduce damage, physical damage, to Athaman, as well as a counter attack for free for Athaman every time he gets hit with an attack. We're just gonna do a bit of damage back to Sajiro, but the amount of self-healing the Fury War has, unless Athaman gets some burst, I don't know if it's gonna do much. Sajiro with that reckless abandon, back up and available, trying to make the most damage happen with the crushing blows. Athaman not going anywhere, not using the defensive just yet, just trying to keep himself afloat and healed. Looks like he's gonna try to back away for a moment with a hand of freedom. Looks like he's actually gonna go for that reset after hitting Sajiro with a slow, and the flash cap is gonna be available for the Paladin just to get himself a bit of recovery. That's what Sajiro kind of wants Athaman to stay next to him. Wants to. I think he really wants to break through a flesh cap as soon as possible, but has to save that shattering throw for bubble, for blessing of protection. Looks like Athaman got himself wings. Sajiro taking a lot of damage. Wake of Ashes to follow. Sajiro trying to keep himself afloat as best as possible. Gonna be that fear onto Atho. As Sajiro backs up out of there for a moment, especially with Athaman's burst up and running with the wings blaring wide. And Sajiro looking for that full reset. And this is where I think the Fury Warriors is going to try to outrun the Pala. Athaman actually could swap out into a different aura. If he goes for like that... What's that? I know there's a Devotion aura for the damage reduction, but then there's also not Crusade aura. It is something else. But it's the one that gives you movement speed. If you could always go switch at auras, if he's fight, switch at auras mid-combat, then he could just switch to a more... a mount heavy aura just to catch up with Sajiro. There's no way you're gonna outrun a Paladin. Actually the fastest class on a mount. Concentration going down as Athaman. I think you're just waiting for either proc or wings, or just waiting for another set of wings, which won't be seen in a minute. Perfect opportunity for Sajiro to get some damage out. Try to see if you can make the reckless abandon work. Looks like chipping away at Athaman actually having to go for a shield of vengeance. Hard on Sajiro, drink inside of it. Athaman might just have to bubble out of this. Kind of kept low health. Gonna be a reflect back onto Sajiro. That's gonna be shield of vengeance popping back on him. Looks like a proc of wings is up for Atha. Should be able to recover with health, and that's what he wants to do. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. That was a proc of wings from the from the aura, Reckoning aura. I want to say, I always call it vengeance for some reason. Gonna be a stun onto Sajiro. Is he okay? Gonna be all right? Looks like it's okay. Every time you get stunned or blinded by the Paladin, this is where you're like, oh wait, am I gonna take a lot of damage? Or maybe there's just rogues, man. Maybe warriors just have way too much armor. Just like, you know what? I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be okay. Just tankier. Eye for an eye is Athaman just having to trade defenses one by one, trying to get himself heals. Gonna be a bait to get interrupted on Holy, but Sajiro's not gonna do it. He wants to have the interrupt ready for the flesh cap in case that comes out. They're gonna be Athaman trying to back up out of the Hand of Freedom with a Hand of Reckoning. Maybe an interrupt on the flesh cap does land the interrupt. Athaman is losing a little bit of that health recovery from flesh cap. I think Athaman though is playing by the looks of it and many soulbind, so actually he doesn't get any healing or CC immunity. Gonna be a knockdown onto Atha. Could be really bad. Bubble comes out. Athaman has no line of sight. It's gonna be a full shadow throw. Could be really bad. The knockdown is gonna be bad for him. Just he sees him for a second. Gonna be the short charges as well as reckless abandon and crushing blows, just allowing Sajiro to stay on top of Atha. Gonna be popping wings, recovering first, and then try to see if he can maybe get some damage into Sajiro. Athaman just used a bubble that is one of his biggest defenses gone. Has full wings and full health available, so he wants to max out damage to Sajiro. Gonna be reflect for Sajiro, just reflected. I don't know sure what he reflected back from Atha. Blaze-storm in case a Hard was gonna be next global out of the Paladin. And Sajiro needs a little bit of health recovery. Does get himself another impending victory. So Sajiro is just trying to trade his cooldowns as best as he can. There's a lot of cooldowns for Athom, but they have a pretty longer cooldown. Sajiro has a few cooldowns, but they're all very short. So it depends on how he uses mobility, how he uses fear, or how he uses reflect. And when he puts in the pressure to Atho, that's all gonna matter. Is Atho looking for a bit of a reset? I don't think Atho has a flesh cut backup, so Sajiro, if he lands an interrupt on the flash of light, it actually can be pretty good for him. Does get the kick on the flash of light. Atho does not have a flesh cut to counter it. So Atho's actually taking a bit of damage while interrupted. And actually, maybe Atho could be going down. Sajiro could shrink it if he wanted to. No pummel. Maybe you want to just be like, you know what? Maybe if my pummel's back up, if I have to try casting, maybe I trinket and interrupt him. And I'm right here. Reckless Abandon is up. Atha with a Shield of Vengeance does get himself a bit of healing, though. We are getting to dampening. Wings are up, and Atha is going to look for to get some damage on Sajura, while Shield of Vengeance got him plenty of health, and Sajura catching up on health as well. Could charge in there and get super aggressive because of Wreck. He could use Wreck in order to get even more aggro, but looks like he's just going to let Atha back up out of there. Sajura not going to burn mobility just yet, just going to mount up. Get himself a charge to Atha as soon as he sees him, just to get a little bit of that rage. Make sure he got plenty of rage for either a rampage or either for a, I guess, what was that? Ignore pain. Atha with a hand of freedom, trying to get out of there. Atha is actually in that execution rage. You're going to be a lead for Sajura. Let's see if Ruckus abandoned. Flesh cuts up, going to get interrupted. Atha again with no health whatsoever. He has wings, blessing of protection. Does Sajura have any way to answer for it? Looks like he doesn't. Looks like he's just going to have to stay next to him. He can't really stop him. If only he got the knockdown with a Night Fade, then he actually would do nature damage to bust through the Shield of Vengeance. Atha getting the stun up to Sajura. Let's go for Enrage Regen. Does Atha have enough damage? Looks like he decides I'm going to go for a bit of re-heal. Sajura get hit with a slow yet again. Looks like he's going to go behind the pillar as well. Atha catching up on all the health. Sajura taking a bit of damage, but just trying to stay away from Atha while his wings are up. Quick fear onto the Paladin. Sajura backing up out of there. Looks like he's just going to back up completely since Athaman is full on health. Sajura just needs to accumulate a couple of cooldowns back. Reflect is up. Athame does not hide himself with that Reflect. Still trying just to see if he can cleave Sajura down. He's getting those procs of the Necrolord with the Gavel Legendary. Getting those Tempest Verdict with free Divine Storms back to back. Sajura with a Reckless Abandon. Trinkets out. Actually, does he blade? He does Trinket out of that one. Trinkets out of the Hodge. Athame had no health whatsoever. I think it's going to be over. I think Sajura does end up taking down the Paladin. Took a bit of time because that is a full-blown Paladin. That is very, very difficult to beat. Going to be FC up next. The Monk knocked down by Sajura. Doesn't get away from FC. Leaping away from him. FC trying to see if he can maybe get back next to the Warrior. And Sajura needs to find a way to get out of the situation. Needs himself some kind of healing. Needs himself some kind of CC onto FC. Needs to slow him down some way, somehow, just a way peel him. It looks like the Monk's damage is kind of gone for the time being. Sajura actually getting a bit of damage to FC though. Both of them are kind of low. Execute range, but FC does get him low enough. It looks like actually maybe FC could have went down to the Execute. It's going to be SP with a mind control after he got dots on the FC. And he's trying to keep him away maybe from any kind of port, any kind of pillar. And if SP is careful enough, if he's fast enough, he might be able to get an Execute onto FC. Dropping down massive Void Torrent. I think it's over. No way to Karma. And does go down as he trying to get a Flesh Cup at the last second. And we haven't seen our boy SP in quite a while, but he is back. What do we have on this team? We got us as Galush, which is a Kyrian sub-rogue. Charging out, wrapped in bandages. We got Darley back here, as well as Ari over on the team alliance. It is just so weird seeing Ari as a dwarf, by the way. Is it just me? I'm always so used to like a burly orc with like one of the better looking shaman mogs that really represents like the shaman class. But seeing a dwarf, I mean, dwarf isn't bad. Galush is going to be up next versus SP. Huge Kyrian burst. SP choosing. He's not going to pop a defensive yet, but getting low. Lots of pressure. Is going to get a bit of healing. Might not go for Disperse here. Looks like he's trying to get himself a heal. Trying not to get interrupted by the rogue. Quick fear. Galush could Trinket. There's going to be an interrupt. And SP now is in a deadly area. Might have to go for Disperse immediately. Disperse does get it off, but a 28% dampening. His healing is denied. Going to be a Siphon onto the rogue. Stuns the rogue. SP still needs a lot of healing. Trying to go for the big PI damage. SP still needs help. And the rogue takes him out with a quick eviscerate, turned it around. I think SP decided, you know what, I gotta just go aggressive. Maybe with a vamp. Actually, didn't use a Vampiric Embrace. Maybe he meant to use a Vampiric Embrace with all the bursts. But that eviscerate just takes you out immediately. Wolf charging out next, got a flare, so the rogue can't go anywhere. And that's going to be immediate stomp by the Hunter. Death Chakra slicing right through him. And Wolf backing up out of that arena. Wants to make sure he has landed side of the rogue so he can kind of dip in and dip out. Dip in to get a Cobra shot, and then dip out so the rogue does not have land aside. Going to be a Kitten shot landing onto Wolf. Evasion against all those pets, and Galush is getting quite a bit of damage in there. Trying to keep the pressure rolling versus Wolf, disarming him to follow, but the pets are still doing a lot of work. Vantage, but the rogue does get it with a flare. Looks like he still has a Hunter's Mark. Didn't have a cloak for it or anything. Galush does get himself a short shield while he gets into 3 stealth. Maybe he can go for a Shadow Meld. Does he have a Shadow Meld for a reset? Blind onto the Hunter. Looks like he's able to sprint away and get away from the pets. And Galush should be able to catch himself a reset. Hunter's Mark is still on him. If Wolf is careful, he can still send the pets over at the Hunter. The pets are still getting in there, doing the autos. Galush is kind of stuck in between the rock and the hard place pets on one side, Hunter the other. Does get a stun on one of these pets, but unless he has a Shadow Meld, I think it's over. Trying to get the slow on the pets. But I think Wolf just has him pinned in the corner. Nowhere to go. Does Shadow Step to him. Oh, does escape out of there. That reset with a Shadow Step was clutch. He knew he had to go for it because otherwise the flare was going to get him. And he just had to get next to Wolf for a second just to use him to springboard him forwards. Is Azeta picked up the eye? Did Azeta pick up the eye for Wolf? He might have, right? Did he? I'm not sure if he did. He might have picked up the eye so you could see the duel. If Azeta did pick up the eye instead of Wolf picking up the eye, then Azeta kind of screwed Wolf over, didn't he? Because now Wolf kind of needs the eye in order to find the rogue. Yeah, I wonder. But it's going to be at least Pet's kind of walking over to what looks like Arhi. I guess technically if... Oh, what the? Wolf attacked Arhi. Huh? I think maybe he was trying to get the Pets to get in combat so Glush cannot resap him. I think he was trying to cheese it. Glush, though, continuing to get some damage versus Arhi with a quick disarm to follow. Stun onto the rogue. Does have a trigger for it. Death Chakram onto the rogue. Going to be a turtle shell for Wolf as he tries to get himself recovery with the Flesh Craft. 43% dampening, so the Flesh Craft is not going to be as effective. Glush does dive into a Shadow Meld. With a vanish available in just 13 seconds, Wolf does go for a camo and a reset. Unless there's dots on the Pets, Wolf should be able to get himself a proper reset. The rogue looking for the hunter. Maybe he can get him out in the open. Flare down, so he knows the hunter has to be nearby. He sees the traps coming down. As Wolf is just trying to go with a place where the rogue was last. Glush does run out there for a second to try to defend him nice. No hunters marked by the hunter. And the rogue is on top of the hunter. He's going to get the Shadow Strike. Maybe go for a Kidney Shot. Shadow Step to him. Kidney Shot going to be tricking for the hunter. And the rogue got himself evasion. Looks like the Death Chakram is going to try to get some damage. And I think the Death Chakram damage does go through. Knocked back by Wolf. But the rogue has a Shadow Step ready to reconnect back with Wolf. Quick blind onto the hunter. And Glush is looking for that full reset. And should be able to get it unless the Kevin... No, I was going to say unless the Kevin Slime can maybe get a spit on the rogue. But the Pets do deny the proper reset. It's going to be a freezing trap. Glush is just going to have to sit in the CC. Nothing he can do about it. Wolf, as long as he maintains the hunter's mark on the rogue, is going to have him every single time. Stun. Does Wolf have enough damage? Bestial Rat doesn't have the Death Chakra to follow. Got himself a bit of damage onto the rogue. Shadow Blades is up, and maybe the rogue might be able to land in back-to-back stones. And Wolf looking to land in camo for actually feign death for a second. Does give Wolf a little bit of survivability. Disarm onto the hunter, sitting next to a freezing trap. Glush is walking to the freezing trap, trying to enter right now. He got it so low. The Death Chakram, he just continued to cleave right through him. Doesn't Chakram kill him? No, he does not. Azeta is going to be up next. Did he get a hunter's mark on the rogue in the last second? I think he might have. I think he did. Going to be the stun into the Pet. Azeta trying to see if he can get some damage out. Looks like Glush is going to just do some damage to that Pet. Azeta just not going to let this rogue get a proper reset at all. That cheesy hunter's mark there, man. Just kind of did not give him a chance. Going to be a cloak as the rogue does dive into a Shadow Meld, but it looks like Flare almost gets him out, but does avoid it. So Azeta, in a sense, I guess, kind of gave the rogue a reset. As we get into that 56% dampening, Glush cannot really do much to recover on health, so he does have to get back up to Azeta to get some damage out. Maybe he has the Kyrian Burst coming up, maybe evasion in a couple of seconds. Might just want to wait until he has some kind of defensive, because the hunter could be sitting on top of a trap. Glush is unsure. If he walks a little to the right, oh, freezing trap, he just got found down. He tried to see if he can avoid him. But the freezing trap was right on the border of the flare. Glush landing a Kidney Shot, trying to get aggressive. Zeta does he popping defensive? Going to be a Pet Sack? Is that going to be another cheap shot onto Zeta to follow? Does Glush get himself big eviscerate? Straight gets out of that stun. Zeta gets really low in health. Going to be evasion for the rogue. Feign death for Zeta. Does he have anything here? Maybe a turtle shell might need to be used right now. Trying to knock the rogue off. Does get to successful do so. The evasion is still up on the rogue. Cannot get hit by any of the attacks. It's going to be a Harpoon to pin him down for a second. Double grenade. And that's going to be an aspect of the Eagle just to get a couple of range damage for Glush. And Glush looking for that reset. He has a blind back up. Good potential to blind the Pet. Looks like he's going to shift the Pet, try to go for a reset. As long as there's no traps on the other end. Looks like that CC was not enough. Freezing trap on top of Zeta. Just knew the rogue was going to snap on top of him. And the hunter goes for a full reset with a first aid. Steel trap onto the rogue. 63% dampening. 15 minutes of the duel. I don't know if the rogue can do it. At this point, he just doesn't have the range at all. He only has a blind, no vanish. Actually, just use vanish. The grenades are still flying with a hunter's mark on him. And it looks like he's at no health whatsoever. Yep, it's over. This is going to be Darley up next. Just dropping down freeze onto Zeta, trying to go for the big frostbolts. Is he going to be able to end up right here? I think he just might have it. Frostbolts that continue to fly. Does he have a shimmer anymore? That's going to be a flurry. This is a couple more lances. Zeta does go for a reset with a camo. It looks like the pet and him are actually going to be able to catch a reset. Going to be the freezing trap to freeze the frost major. Zeta does recover. Is still in camo. He is still in camo. I'm not sure what happened with this pet. Oh, he kept this pet in the corner where the rogue was. Look at that. Hold on, look at this. He kept the pet right here, just told the pet, stay where you are. And the pet was able to avoid all that frost damage from the mage, all the blizzards, everything. He just kept the pet still. He does want to probably get his pet next to him, though, because Darley is going to punch the pet while he's at it. That's exactly what... Actually, he could kill the pet. Those frostbolts while a Necrolord is actually quite deadly. Going to be a first aid for Zeta. I think it's exactly what he's trying to do. Try to sacrifice the pet so that the hunter might be able to get away and get himself a reset. And Darley is going to have to find a way to get back to a Zeta. Going to be the pet down, trying to go for revive. Looks like he's going to have to back up out of there. Not going to be able to get a revive rolling just yet. Try to get slow into Darley. No more shimmers. There's going to be a ring of frost as well as a blizzard around the corner. It does resummon a fresh new pet. Darley's still holding on to that triple shield from the legendary as well as a fleshcraft shield as well. Gonna be the images rolling just to reduce the damage Darley takes, just to hold on to that shield for as long as possible. Gonna be dropping in with a Kyrian arrow. Darley just takes all that damage to the face. At least he can do some damage to that pet. Fleshcraft, does he have an interrupt for it? It's gonna have to get in melee if he wants to interrupt the Fleshcraft. Darley's just gonna punch the pet. Zeta is at some point gonna have to get in there, gonna have to get up in melee. And Darley, I think it's exactly what he's trying to do. Trying to get the hunter out in the open. Ice block as the hunter finally closes the gap. Darley is recovering a little bit of health while inside of the ice block. By not by much, it's 76% dampening. There's only so much you can do for the moment. Still going to be able to frostbolt the pet at the very least. Try to get some flurries, and then it looks like he's just having to play it a long haul, just trying to maybe kill the pet and then kill a Zeta. A Zeta just got dots of the pet doing all the free damage. Like, Darley's eventually just going to fall behind. He doesn't have any ways to heal himself. At least I don't think he does. Also, he keeps doing a weird thing with his hand. Like, his right hand is doing, like, weird stuff. Look at that. I think his right hand is trying to, like, show off the ring, the bling. Darley getting a little bit of healing. A Zeta trying to recover with manic bandages as much as he can. Stun onto Darley immediately. I don't know if he can use Ice Form to break himself out of the stun, but he does go down. I think maybe if he didn't start at a super high dampening, and maybe he didn't start against Survival Hunter, I think he might have had an easier time against it. Gonna be Arky getting kind of knocked over towards the Zeta. It looked like he almost like disengaged towards him, but Shaman, unless I have like that wind leap ability from back in like Legion, I doubt it has that kind of ability. Are you looking for that looking for the left side of a Zeta? If you can somehow find it. I said to back it up out of there completely, dropping down all the traps, extending his duel as much as possible. Arky is avoiding the freezing trap, didn't notice that it was there. Earth Elemental into Zeta, big chain harvest by Arky, does get a Zeta critical low, Turtle Shell and acceleration available. Zeta better use Exil right now. He's not going to be able to get much out of this. Going to be a static totem, dropping a Zeta back into line of sight. Arky trying to get a stun into Zeta. This is going to be Turtle Shell with a little bit of first aid, trying to get himself as much recovery as possible. That's where Arky just needs to get a slow onto Zeta. Maybe on a flame shot. Going to be a Zeta with a Kyrian burst, trying to make some damage up over Zarki. He's going to have to wall it, but still just trying to see if he can hustle over towards the Zeta. He needs to get up next to him. Going to be a big Ellie Blast. Arky super low in health. Could be in this game at this point. Actually, I don't even know who's going to win this. I think Arky might just be going down. Looks like a Zeta. Kited him out. This man didn't know how to lose any of the duels. And as Zeta just kept trucking and trucking, especially into the high dampening, playing out towards the end gameplay here. Going for as many kites as he could. Extra long game, but the man didn't want to die. Alright, Jesus, let's get you up in here. Yeah, let's get your team rolling. I think versus Team Sentry. So we can get Team Sentry in here next. By the way, boys, if you're enjoying the stream, if you guys are having a good time, give the stream a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it, boys. At high damp? Yeah, really high damp. What's up, Gooey? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. You'll see me in the train as a Frostmage? Here you'll see my training. Wait, is that you, Holy? Is that you as a Frosty? Is that you, my guy? That's awesome. If that's you, my man, hey, gotta train some more, right? Gotta keep it going. Been a while. What's up, Shadow Elf? How you doing, my man? I love the ticker. That ticker. Are we doing Dalaran over the news bar? What's up, Celtic? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Let's get Sentry and we'll get Jesus next. and we'll get Boy in here. If you guys got a group, if you guys are making a group, by the way, if you want to join in 5v5 1v1 Duels, player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find a group at type number 5 in the search, enter. If you're looking for 5v5 1v1 groups for duels. If you don't see one on your team, on your faction, on your region, make sure you have all the filters on, by the way. If you're EU, you can always make one yourself by going custom group, calling something like 5v5 1v1 Duels Dalaran, something along those lines. Let the chat know you have a group available, and that's usually means that you can get some boys in, join you. Usually in chat we have quite a lot of dudes waiting to join groups, but not enough dudes making the groups. You'll notice that as soon as you make a group, you let the chat know you have one for Alliance or Horde, or any dudes that are trying to get in. Usually as soon as you make the group, they start popping in there, dude. Pretty easy. It's a lot easier. You just gotta take the initiative of making the group, and that's really it. There's a lot of you. Like when I say there's a lot of you that are just waiting, there's a lot. A lot of people would rather just join a group that's up. This is why Jesus, Sentry, Boy, open up groups, they fill up quick. So if you guys are regulars that make groups that help out in the chat, because it's a community effort, man. This duels wouldn't work without boys like Jesus, Sentry, Boy, or Chicago, Athaman, Kreisbad, or Kreiser, all the regulars, man. This wouldn't work without them. And I appreciate you guys hanging out, by the way. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Let's get Jesus and Sentry in here. And Sentry 5. Guy, I need to prank my friend, please. His name is Felidolu on Twitch. I don't spam. It's not me, my friend. I don't know what you meant by prank. Like, huh? Wait a second. This strangely sounds like an attempt to like, hey, definitely not me. That's definitely my friend kind of deal. Hey, can you please get some view? Are you asking us to go check out someone else's stream while we're streaming? I feel like that's like asking Coca-Cola, a guy that works at a Coca-Cola factory, can I get some Pepsi? It's like, bro. I don't know what you're trying to say. Kevin, can I call it Kevin Slime? Kev, my man? Alrighty, boys. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, Kev. I'm actually confused. PvP out down on 5v5. Yeah, yo, we got Tim with a group. Let's go, boys. Switch. Got ourselves team 2 together with Athaman over as our Retribution Paladin, Darley over as a Frost Mage. We got ourselves R here on that team. Gloosh, can I be first up? Oh my goodness, AFC in the back as well. I'm really gonna send on Gloosh first, boys. This man's just had a hell of a game. Gonna be Jesus first up as a Necrolord. Unholy DK. Not playing A-Bomb, so I wonder what kind of a talent PvP talents is he running instead of the A-Bomb. Nerdo over on that team. We got ourselves Retain Rael. Wait, Retain Real? I'm gonna guess it's Retain Real. Healing Storm, as well as Facile over on that team. And Jesus gonna hug him back behind the corner as Gloosh. Landing a Mark for Death. Cheap shot into the pet just to stun that ghoul and to get a shot onto Jesus to make sure the ghoul doesn't get the stun opener onto Gloosh, or at least stun the stun opener of his own. Cheap shot onto Jesus with a disarm to follow right afterwards. As Gloosh is looking to get some damage over into the DK. Actually getting Jesus quite low and looking for that reset, not looking to finish it. I think Jesus might have used the battle message ticket as well. He's going over borrowed health, but he's kind of sitting low. Gonna be that Warlock House and is fastly getting close nearby, hitting him with a chain of ice, stunning Gloosh. As Jesus still looking for that reset, still kind of low in health. Fleshcut looking to get himself a bit of reset. Quick kick by the rogue, but the Fleshcut basically fully completed by the end of that cast. Jesus with the IBF as well as AMS, trying to reduce as much damage as taken from the rogue. Very defensive right now. While the vengeance is up for the rogue, get himself the A-bomb limb to maybe get some grips to the image on the rogue, and Gloosh dives into a reset with a vanish. Looking for a complete restyle. Jesus sacrificing that ghoul to summon a fresh new one. These ghouls, man, they have names, but Jesus is just gonna sacrifice them. They're just food to him. They're just a way for him to sustain himself. I guess the assault of this rogue, if this rogue has been really deadly with assault, gonna be a kidney shot on Jesus. Does go for the for the human racial to break out of that stun. Disarm, but right before the disarm, the apocalypse goes through stun onto the rogue. The army of the dead trying to do what they can to maul through the rogue, but the rogue is just punishing out the death knight. Death knight go for the death pack just to give him a little bit extra health to work with, but the healing reduction is gonna be punishing. It looks like the death knight is gonna be slain down by the rogue. Facile charging out, trying to get a stun into Gloosh with a Fel Lord, trying to go for the knockdown. Vassal is going to go for a full Tyrant setup. It looks like the Falcon is actually still spinning towards Gloosh. I think Gloosh tried to go for a shot of him, but the pet was still on him. Just spinning towards him. Vassal keeping his little bit of a range. Tyrant unable to reconnect with Gloosh, but at least one of the pets with Vassal is on top of Gloosh, trying to keep pressure on him. Going to be second Felguard joining in. Gloosh is getting beat up by both of the Felguards from either end, and Vassal just needs more line of sight to send in more Demon Boys in. I think Gloosh is just going to wait it out until he has Vassal in a better spot. Quick Mortal Coil just to interrupt. Rogue in place for a second. Gonna be a quick tricking out Vassal out of the kitten shot. Gloosh trying to see if he can bust through the flesh cut as well as Darkback. Gonna be a blind onto him. Vassal cheap shot on the Wrathguard or the Felguard. And that's gonna be Demon Doggers. Can they reconnect? Gloosh does get auto attacked by those things. And that's gonna be Wrathguard stunning Gloosh out in the open. Has a trinket in case things really go bad. 20 seconds on advantage. And maybe Gloosh could generate some call points off of that Felguard pet. And I believe Gloosh might have used the Sippy Cup just now. I'm not sure if he's running the Sippy Cup where he heals over time, or if you maybe Sippy Up just remove debuffs. I'm not sure. I guess the question is running Mechanicos, which I think is running Pelagos more than anything. So maybe it's some other Pelagos buff, like from the end of that Soulbind tree. It looks like a quick manage by Gloosh as he goes in for a complete reset. Now Gloosh in Russian, doesn't it mean stun? I think Gloosh is technically the word stun in Russian. I just keep calling him Gloosh because that is his name, but I think his name is actually just stun. I think this comes from the word Oglushich, but I could be wrong on that one. My Russian is a little bit scuffed. It's been a bit. Sap onto the Wrathguard. You should be able to break through damage, but Vassal has the Darkback. Actually, I think the shields are going to soak a lot of the damage. The Wrathguard would have split between Vassal. Going to be a stun attempt, but Gloosh does go for a dodge in order to dodge the stun from the pet. Going to be a full decimated bolt into Gloosh, but he doesn't have any health loss when he got hit by Decimated Bolts. So the Demon Bolts are going to do a bit of damage. They are going to chunk out Gloosh, but not do the most amount of damage possible. Second Wrathguard joined in with the Fel Lord knocking the Rogue down. Does Vassal have himself a Tyrant? He could go for the Tyrant play as well. He does also drop down the Obelisk next to all the pets to get faster cast. Gloosh out in the open. Shadow's going to be Shadow Step towards Vassal, hitting him with a stun. If only there was a Tyrant to keep the pressure rolling. Gloosh just go for a trinket out of it. Doesn't have anything left. That's going to be another Demon Bolt. Is actually CC'd all the pets. Looking for that line of sight. Does he get the line of sight? Going to be a Wrathguard around the corner. Gloosh is super low health. Does have a blind coming to back up very soon. And Vassal is just making sure to max that range the best as he can. Demon Dog is going to send it from so far away. Demon Bolt just hit him. The pets to reconnect. Does Gloosh come out of there alive? Or does he go down? Smoke Bomb. I think this just goes down. Oh, Vassal does take the Rogue down. Took a little bit of time. Please, English? I'm trying to, boys. Gloosh means backwoods. Oh, Gloosh means backwoods. I didn't realize that. Okay, Arhi gonna be up next. I thought Gloosh meant stun. I guess I had it wrong. So I guess it means the backwoods, like deep woods. Way out into the woods. I guess I could call him woods. What do you call him Gloosh? It's a weird word. It's a weird name. I don't even know how an English speaker would think of the word Gloosh. But there it is. Arhi going for the massive Chain Harvest versus Vassal. Gonna be the stun for the Wrathguard. Vassal with the fear setting up versus Arhi. Trying to get more hand go down, trying to get more pets in. Has the Tyrant in case he wants to use it. Arhi always has an interrupt available though. So Vassal can only do so much. He gotta find a way to get interrupted on Shadow so you can summon demons. Because if you get interrupted on Shadow Bolt or Fear, you can still summon demons. And that's exactly what happened. Demon Bolts can still fly even if you're interrupted on Shadow. Mortal Coil onto Arhi. Trying to get even more hand to go down. Quick Fear. No way to interrupted. Gonna be Decimated Bolt. Not the biggest Decimated Bolt damage, but does have big bolts versus Arhi, stunned by the Wrathguard. Does he go for the Tyrant here? He needs to get pets up and running at some point or another. Vassal, does he have an interrupt too? Most likely runs an interrupt as a PvP talent. Quick Sunder by Arhi. It looks like that Alien Blast does take the Warlock down with Nerdo. Charging out next, Bladestorm, just to make sure that Arhi can't slow him down. But Arhi played a Fury Warrior last time. I think Nerdo is running the King's, Tormenting King's Lego, isn't he? I think I just saw a double Bladestorm out of that guy. I think this guy's running Torment King, so whenever he Bladestorms, he has a chance to gain Recklessness or Avatar. And every time he presses Avatar, he might be able to Bladestorm, or every time he presses Reckless, he can get Avatar or add an extra Bladestorm on top of it, which could give you a bit of damage, but also CC immunity, which could be pretty good. Arhi taking a bit of damage. Nerdo sees that chain harvest. That's going to be the way that Arhi just lets itself drop a little bit. Big chain harvest because he knows he can recover. Elemental wolves joining in as a disarm comes out for Arhi. Has a stun totem for Nerdo, but looks like Arhi kind of looked like he was going to back up out of there, but just waiting to gain the weapons back. Big Ellie blast onto Nerdo with all that maelstrom. That Earth Elemental should keep Arhi quick living. The Wolves as well are going to give him plenty of Maelstrom for those healing surges. And Nerdo just got to find a way to tough it out until he can get some big pressure versus Arhi. Last week, I think we had Arhi versus Sojiro as a Fury Warrior. And they played around that pillar, or rather the card turned over in the Lordaeron arena, and we all saw just how cheesy and handsome shamans can play it. They can just run circles around a small pillar, and there's no way you're going to catch up to them. They'll hit you with a Frost Shock, go into Ghost Wolf, and just run away from you. And then of course there's always the static totem that just doesn't let you go anywhere at all, just traps you in place between sunders and stuns and self-healing. It's just a lot for you to deal with as a warrior. It actually is a bit of a struggle. As Arhi basically holds all the cards. Stun to Nerdo. Does Arhi have enough Maelstrom? Big Ellie blast. Nerdo goes for a fear. And trying to get himself a quick bloodthirst versus Arhi. Gonna be that avatar charging out. Knocked down into Arhi. Doesn't have a pre-wall for it. Does Arhi go down here in the execute range? Needs to get out of the ASAP. That's gonna be big damage out of Nerdo. Doesn't get hit with a Thunder Quick Chain Harvest by Arhi. I think actually cast a portion of the Chain Harvest. Wasn't a full Maelstrom Harvest. Does get himself Ghost Wolves though. And Nerdo might have a chance here. Blaze Storm. Arhi does burn whatever less of his mana left. Just to catch up on healing. Does get a lot of recovery though. Nerdo has defenses coming up soon, but he's super low in health. Needs as much healing as possible. Just need to play this defensive for a little longer. Does get himself a Rage Regeneration coming back very soon. Did someone to Arhi. He still has those Ellie blasts to throw out. Nerdo backing up out of there. Reflectives up. Arhi charging out. I think he has Nerdo exactly where he wants. A quick Sunder. Nerdo just might go down. Next Lightning Bolt or Ellie Blast is going to be over. Oh, just actually cast that Ellie Blast. Not a full cast. I think it had a bit of Maelstrom to it. But like 2-3 stacks of Maelstrom at most. That wasn't even like a quick cast either. Wasn't instant cast, but not a quick cast either. Healing is up next versus Arhi. Has to take down the sealed the static totem. And is going to have to burn mobility. Hammer for an pony up. Hex is going to be tricking out of healing. Just so he can take down Arhi. Arhi does not have a wall for 10 seconds. Hodge could be huge out of a Healing Storm. With a blind, nothing Arhi can do. If Healing Storm is very careful with his burst, it's over. Does get... Oh, I think he used the Dark Iron Racial to try to see if he could break out of the blind. Can you actually use it, or did Healing Storm auto him? I think it's either he used the Racial, to the Dark Iron Racial to slip up all those magic debuffs, like the blind, off of him. Or somehow Healing Storm got an auto attack in between of that burst. Either way, Healing Storm just blasted him out of the park. That was just it's just an incredible amount of damage. I noticed though that right now in 915, Red Pallies as a carrion do a ton of damage, but that damage just doesn't seem nearly as like one-shotty or consistently one-shotty as the Necro Pally in 9-2. Gonna be huge damage under the Healing Storm though. Might have to bubble it. He got himself a little bit of healing, only 32% dampening. And it's going to get an interrupt onto Darley, locking him out of Frost. It's going to be the mirror images joining in to give him a little bit of survivability. Next burst setup for Darley could be huge. Healing Storm, better be careful. Better have a bubble ready. That could be really deadly for Healing Storm. Get super low. Oh my goodness, Darley. Blast him out with the Ice Lance at the very end. Trying to see if he can land a poly onto Rayton Rail. Right? Is that, am I getting it right? Written Rail. I hope so. But Darley got another poly. Does Darley take it out of here? Does Darley bring back the Duels, boys? As a Frost Mage? We haven't seen a Frost Mage compete in Duels in such a long time. That Paladin though, dude, just so close to pressing the bubble. It's actually burst, surprising amount of bursts out of Frost Mage. Not a lot of, not gonna burst you see often. Gonna be ultra time for Darley in case things go bad. Gonna be Rachel trying to stun him, but Darley's immune to stuns. He's just casting right into Rachel. Just continue to frostbolt him. That's even big setup. Gonna be Nova. That frostbolt could be really deadly. Rachel could be in a bad spot. Gonna be another frostbolt to follow. He has nowhere to go. He can't escape out of it whatsoever. And Darley get hit with an imprison for a second, still has the stun immunity. Gonna be Rayton able to destroy a demon to slay him, gain himself 20% movement speed or 20% damage, as well as a massive heal. Darley had the ice form back and available to deal with Rayton for just a moment, get some more damage out. Looks he has to go into an ice block, get some recovery while frozen. and needs to find a way to deal with Rayton. Needs to get his shields back up and rolling. Got himself triple shield. Maybe could go for a flash gun shield as well. Rayton is a Night Elf, so he does go for that Shadow Melt. Gonna be Frozen Orb, Blizzard, doing a bit of that sustained damage. Rayton trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Stun onto Darley, and Darley might have to go for another Icebox soon if he is in trouble. There's going to be yet another pet joining in. Blizzard coming down. Darley is immune to stuns for a second. Going to be the all the time. Rayton trying. Is he going to try to attack Darley? I think he's just going to try to stay on him as best as possible. Going to be Frostbolts. Does go for a stun, as I think he was able to remove the ice form. Did he just remove the ice form? Can that be removed? I think ice form can be dispelled. I don't think icy veins can, but the ice form can be dispelled. Quick flash cut getting interrupted. Darley can maybe go for a polymorph. Good flash cut right now if you wanted to. Ice block instead. I was thinking he's going to go for a flash cut. He might just be able to get a flash cut rolling. Darley is in a really tight spot right now. Rayton just isn't given much of an opportunity to go anywhere. He is always hitting with imprisons, always hitting with stuns. He has that range interrupt. Gotta be that poly. Got himself a clean one. No trinket for Rayton for a while. And maybe this is where Darley can get himself big damage, trying to go for yet another repoly. Get himself triple shields, rune of power, everything is ready. He just gotta find a way to slow Rayton out in the open. And maybe even freeze him in place. Hit him with a Nova, hit him with a cone. And Darley's still just taking damage from a distance from Rayton. The eye beam is just getting him super low. Gonna be another poly by Darley. Does get himself full Necrolord Birds. That's gonna be ice form available. Immune to stuns for a second. Trying to make the most damage happen versus Rayton. Has himself all the time in case things really go bad. So you can always reposition to all the time location last. Gonna be another Frostbolt getting sent in. Does he have enough damage? Rayton super low. Ice lands. It does end up taking out the Demon Hunter. Well done, well done. With Darley taking 2 kills, Ari taking 2 kills, and looks like Gloosh taking 1 over for the team too. Very well done, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Let's get another up and running, boys. Another duel for the 5V5 1v1. Do we have any other group, by the way? I think Scotty got a group? Scotty got a group, boys. Let's go. All right, Scotty. We'll get you versus, I think, Boy, right? Boy, are you ready? Are you around? Are you ready, and are you here, my guy? Because Atho and Jesus, or Sentry and Jesus just played each other. I think Team Sentry didn't have everybody play, technically, so maybe we could get Sentry versus Scotty? What's the worst? Yo, Boy, let me know if you're here. I'll give you like a couple of seconds, yeah? Like 30 or so. Let's speak English with an English channel. No? English? Darley at the Holy Moly. Oh, that's Holy Moly? So Darley is Holy Moly. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Darley since that's the name that I see on screen, but I guess I could try to remember that that's Holy Moly. I'm gonna try my best. I'll try to mention that that's Holy Moly, the hunter. But when I see the name Darley, well, it was hard. Yo, you did pretty well, my guy. You did good. You did good. I think you did great. Sentry was Scotty Go-Go. We could do it. Yeah. Because I guess Team Sentry didn't get everybody that got to play that time. Alright, Boy. I'll give you like a few more seconds. See maybe if I can get a response in BNet or whatever. Yeah, Mikolai, I'll try to translate as much as I can, my dude. I'll try to do as best as I can. I just named some of these. I try to, at least with names, I'm just gonna give them like nicknames, right? I try to just give the Russian boys nicknames, but I try to translate as much as I can. Russian group, please. Yo, Hilza, I can get you guys in a second. I'm just giving Boytop a moment here in case Boy is back, because his team hasn't got to play except for like once or twice, and then they're gone, I think. Or maybe they're reforming, or maybe they're part of Scotty's group. That's a possibility. Where is right about that in English channel? Where is right? Oh, where are the rules? Is there a rule? I mean, whatever language you guys want to speak, whatever language you guys want to speak. I just want to be able to understand you, boys. That you down? Are you even in the chat? I try to translate the chat as much as I can, Mikolai. There's quite a lot of, not even Russians, Slavs over in the chat, especially for the duels. So, I usually don't have a problem with them speaking Russian. It actually gives me an opportunity to practice my Russian just a little bit. You know, just a little bit. The Grand Arena, boys. The Grand. Let me get some water, man. I'm actually thirsty. Hey, chat. In the description of every stream, we have rules written. Is there a rule of like English only in the chat? Don't be toxic, be friendly. I think pretty sure that's one of the rules, right? Yeah. Worst to worst, I try to translate as much as I can over in the chat, gang, right? I try to do the best that I can so everybody's clued in on what's going on. But sometimes we do have the Slavic boys, the Gopniks popping into the chat, and they don't speak English either, so I try to explain it to them as well, right? So I'm actually translating for both, aren't I? I think for the longest time, Arhi was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to do some duels. And I would translate to Arhi back and forth all the time. So Twitch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Athel, man. On that team, we got ourselves Darley, which is holy moly on a mage. Popping off, and I think already got Gladiator on the mage too, which is kind of nutty. We got Arhi over here. We got ourselves Gloosh as well as FC over as... Why are we sending a Gloosh again? Is that guy just winning all the roles? No way. Hilza over on the Team 1. We got ourselves Katya. We got ourselves Roos. We got Sajira as well as Treti. I guess the name would be third. But I call him Treti. We'll call him Treti. Got ourselves Gloosh first up versus Hilza. Hilza just kind of bouncing back and forth, just waiting for this rogue to open. Should be aware the rogue is going in with some Shadow Blades. Getting a shot does not get Hilza to react. Shadow Blades could potentially be a response. Huge damage on Hilza. Just goes for a cheap shot. Hilza just keeping himself alive and just keeping himself calm and collected. Got himself full defenses up though with a Battle Master Trinket in the opener. Lexi but a Gloosh. Trying to see if he can turn around onto the rogue. The rogue does go for a Trinket with a Vanish. And Hilza at least gets a Trinket out of the rogue. And Hilza still holding on to their Trinket. Sabbed by the rogue before Hilza can get himself full recovery. That was 4 Brew as well as a Karma immediately. Hilza barely lived that, dude. He was like, you know what? I'm an orc. I'm probably not going to sit stuns long enough. If I was any other race in the game, I probably would be pretty dead. Wait, are you an orc? You are an orc. Okay, for some reason I looked at you. I'm like, is that an orc? Hold on a second. It looked more like... I was gonna say Blood Elfie for a second there. Blinded at low health after you trinketed. Wait, I think it could be really bad for Hilza sub. Sap? Oh, it's Sap so low. I think the rogue just has it, dude. Dude, this is rogues, man. How do you beat that? How do you defeat it? I saw Katya just dismount, by the way. He's ready, dude. He's ready to go, dude. He's just dropping all the bursts. His rage charges the rogue as soon as Hilza goes down. And the rogue, right as it happens, backs up out of the... He knew that the boys over on Team 2 were going to charge out. Roos is going to be up next. Roos Elf? Roos Elf. It's almost like... I think it's supposed to be like Roos, being almost like Russian. So I guess it's like Russian Elf is the name. Roos Elf. We'll call him Roos. Almost like Bruce, but without the B. But Roos is going to be up next. Picking up the eye, trying to see if he can maybe get the rogue out. Check it on his side of the pillars. But the rogue is hiding all the way on his end. Hugging that pillar as close as he can. Roos kind of walked by it for a second. Might just go for another set of eyes, since he didn't see the rogue out in the open. And this is where Roos is actually going to reposition. I think he knows it's gonna go. He's gonna go over the other side. Yeah, this is where Gloosh is just gonna go for a complete reset. Yeah, Shadow Blade's coming back little by little. You got Shadow Dance coming back. He's getting second charge very soon. Cloak Shadow's coming up. Trinket, Vanish. He literally just went for a full reset versus the Paladin. Just let him run around circles. See, he might be able to get himself an opener. Another Necrolord shield for Gloosh to blast through. He's going to open up with a Shadow Strike. Immediate blessing of protection by the Paladin. Goes into a Hodge versus Gloosh. Got himself the big hammer. Looking for the procs with wings. That's going to be Gloosh with a Trinket and a Vanish out just to get himself a reset. With Roos going in for a blessing of protection that early, I wonder if that's just part of the plan. Like, yeah, I'm just going to immune just so I can have a bubble later. Gonna be that interrupt onto the Fleshcraft. Roos getting in with a kidney shot. Trinkets out of it as Gloosh taking lots of damage. Might have to go Shadows as well. Evasion might not be enough as Roos got himself wings as well as Shield of Vengeance. Was that just a proc of wings or was it just a second wings? Or was that the wings just from the start? I think that was just the same set of wings from before. Gloosh runs by and just hits him with a glow sap. Bubble still available for the Paladin. No more Trinket. And the Rogue has Cloak of Shadows, no Trinket. Really, it's going to come down to who's going to get a stun first. And I think the Rogue should be able to get a stun opener every single time. Gave himself just a little bit of opportunity to get stunned. Going to be a ruse with a stun onto Gloosh while he's bubble. Trying to go for the big proc. Does he get the big proc? He is getting the damage out of the Necrolord. Free Divine Swords, but it's not critting. It's not doing enough. Quick disarm to the Paladin, unable to generate some of that holy power. Quick first aid by Gloosh as he dives into a smoke bomb. The Paladin runs up trying to rebuke it. But Gloosh is going to hit him with a kidney shot. I think it might be over for the Paladins. The Visitors just keep a flying cheap shot just to lock him down, keep him locked in. That's going to be Gloosh taking him out with the Feral Opener and Trading, just getting all the bleeds sunk into Gloosh as a Necrolord. And Gloosh, I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of there at all. Just hit him with a cheap shot. Cloak shot as Gloosh just trying to walk away, hoping that those bleeds can fall off. He is carrying, so you might be able to go for the Sip Pick Up in order to get rid of the bleeds. It looks like maybe Gloosh was able to get himself a proper reset. Moonfire's flying out by Treti, and Gloosh unable to really get himself a proper reset. Shadow 7 past the Feral Bash, and there's no way for him to get out. I think it might be over for the Rogue with a War Stump. Not getting much of an opportunity. Does hit him with a cheap shot as the fight is already queued up. Not much he could really do against the Feral Druid. Atherman going to be up next. Another Paladin with a Flesh Scaft. Get a hit with the bleeds, and Treti just going in for some dots. And I think maybe... Did he try to go for a root onto Atha? He might have tried to go for a root. Flesh guy behind the corner. Atherman, no way for him to catch out fast enough. Not even going to go for a rebuke. Just get himself Seraphim. Trying to maybe make the most damage to blast out the Feral. Feral, does he have a trinket? Looks like just getting back up little by little. I'm not sure what he trinketed before, but Feral is going to have Friends in Regen. Trying to get himself back up and topped up. Bear Form does get himself the Swarm back on him with the Friends in Regen. Allow him to get quite a lot of healing back as we were just hitting that 5-minute mark. Only 4% dampening right now, boys. As Atherman is looking for to catch up, backed up to the Feral. Really, as the Feral is looking for that full reset, getting tossed out with judgments by Ather, trying to deny the Feral any kind of resets for a moment. And Treti trying to, I think, get an opener to Ather, but walking on the Consecration. The Consecrated Ground does get him out of stealth. Does land a maim onto Atherman with an adaptation, breaking him out. Bash to follow his yard. Atherman might just have to bubble and lots of bleeds. Shield of minutes might not be enough to keep him flowing here. Just trying to continue, trying to get interrupted by Treti onto the Holy. He knows he actually can't even interrupt him on a Holy. Actually, Treti interrupted him on something else earlier. Couldn't literally interrupt him on Holy. Trinket, as Ather might just hit a bubble. This is still a lot of damage from Treti. Himself, Thorns and everything. Gonna be the Battle Master Trinket while in bear form with the Friends of Regen. Lots of health recovery. Actually just topped himself back up with a quick roar onto Ather with a Cyclone straight to trying to get himself a proper reset. For Atherman so far, it's been a bit of behind in this duel. I mean, he's got Trinket on Treti. If maybe he can go for another setup with wings in 30 seconds, he might be able to make something happen. But man, this Feral, every time you're going to get a burst on a Feral, it's going to be Thorns for you to deal with. So you have to think about your health. You have to play defensive. You can't just go all offensive. And that's what Atherman needs, is just be able to be given an opportunity to go fully aggressive versus Treti. Big bleeds to get it set up. Atherman does go for the eye for an eye, reducing the physical damage he's taking. But I don't know if bleeds count as physical damage. Big damage on Ather doesn't have to go for a Blessing of Protection, removing all those bleeds completely. Treti going in for a Flesh Cup. Atherman is going to go for Flesh Cup to his own. It's going to be a Cyclone out of Treti as Atherman is playing Maryland this time around. Does have that CC immunity for a second after going for a full Flesh Cup. Son to Treti, going to be Barkskin. It's not going to be enough though. Atherman trying to see if he can blast out the kitty. Divine Storm. Oh, that is huge damage. He got those procs. He got the crits for the huge Divine Storm. He did as much damage as he could, and he accidentally blasted him out. So Jiro's going to be up next versus Atha. These two are having a bit of a rematch. Atherman throwing out judgments, trying to do whatever he can just to survive. Sejuro just has Atherman just in no real position. Does get for a slow onto Sejuro with the Hand of Freedom. At least Atherman can move sorta kinda, but at no health whatsoever. He can't even stop just to heal himself. He needs holy power in order to get himself instant cast heals before dampening gets super high. Hides himself with that judgment. Oh, Sejuro with that reflect was perfect. Perfect reflect with FC going to be up next, trying to see if he can maybe blast out Sejuro. Last time Sejuro and FC played, Sejuro came in out of FC with no cooldowns at all. Rather, FC caught Sejuro with no CDs. Big BDB is down after the leg sweep. Looks like FC might have kind of leg swept, then BDB'd, then Fist of Fury without the cooldown. So maybe that was a little bit of a misplay. Maybe that's not how he meant to do it. Zuen joining in and likely going to be a full cooldown. Sejuro trying to see if he can blast damage into FC. Quick fear on all the pets. Sejuro just might be able to get some freebie damage on FC before the pets get back to him. Zuen leaping in. The images do close gap. And FC looking just to get out of there as fast as he can. Sejuro just kind of waiting out there with the Zuen. FC recovering a little bit of health. We're not super high into dampening, so actually quite a bit of healing still allowed. FC still holding on to all his defenses versus Sajuro, but a quick knockdown from the Night Fae. Quick Karma as he gets super low. Sajuro just trying to blast through a Karma. Gonna be the forward brew on top of it, reducing the damage as well as giving a shield for FC. Quick forward as he gets intercepted by Sajuro with that charge. Gonna be a Ring of Peace and try to get himself a little bit of healing. Flash cut down, but that's gonna be Sajuro trying to burst through that flash cut. Does do a significant damage to that thing. But FC is going to be allowed to at least get himself a full reset behind the pillar. In cap onto the warrior. Does not look like he have a Zerker's Rage for that one. Trinket out of the leg sweep as the images join in. Fist of Fury as well as a big Rise of Sun kick. Big Whirling Dragon Punch. And Sajuro takes a bit of a damage. Leap it away from the monk. Just trying to wait out until the damage is gone. At least he only has images to DPS back there. At least he can get a couple of bloodthirsts off of those things. Double Rage and Blow just to get himself health recuperation rolling again. FC. Seeing Sajuro charging at him. Gonna be a full defensive out of this warrior with Enrage Regeneration, waiting until he is no longer parried by the Fist of Fury, trying to get the Bloodthirst over into the monk. Got himself a little bit of movement while as a Night Fae Soul Shape. And is gonna try to see if he can Blaze Storm through the Ring of Peace. FC has been able to recover quite a bit of cooldowns, quite a bit of healing. Zuen is back up in 20 seconds. Should have BDB available very, very soon too. So Sajuro walking into this without a defensive, without a trinket, it could be really bad for him. Knockdown onto FC. This one Sajuro just needs to end this duel as fast as possible. FC has the ports. There's going to be short knockdowns while he's standing inside of the Night Fae area. Actually, FC getting interrupted. Might have put him in a bad spot. Fist of Fury flying. Got himself a little bit of parry. Legs over to Sajuro. Full bursts up with the BDB. Does FC turn around? He's still super low on health. Fear by Sajuro. Going to be trinket for FC. Leap away by Sajuro. It looks like FC is going to back up out of there as well. Sajuro just has Zuen to fight. He has the images to attack. Maybe he can go for a impending victory just to catch up on healing. Unless Sajuro decided to go for a double charge, which I don't think he's got more charges this run. I could be wrong though. Quick charge onto FC. Sajuro with a full Reckless Abandon Karma. Does he just burn through it? Cannot really touch FC while the Fist of Fury is flying. But a Blaze Storm is going to be up for Sajuro. Try to see if he can just blast right through FC. As a Ring of Peace comes down. FC so far has been able to survive this duel for quite a bit. So Sajuro is just having to rotate their cooldowns, but FC has the way to just disappear from him every time he wants to get out of there. Full flash goes up, and FC should be able to get Zuen coming back up, slowly but surely. Maybe down to a 1 minute CD very, very soon. He's got images available. Could go for a big BDB setup versus Sajuro with just images. Leg sweep does have a trigger for it. Sajuro's gonna have to go fully defensive. Seeing Fist of Fury backs up out of there. Needs to get Bloodthirst though, so he doesn't need to go for healing. Try to get a knockdown onto FC. I don't think he's able to do it. Might be some short knockdowns onto FC, but that's about all he can muster for now. Quick charge to intercept FC as he's trying to get behind the pillar. Gonna be FC charging back up with a jab. Does he have a big BDB? Potentially. Sajuro slowed down, does go for a Battle Master Trinket, needs to get himself as much healing off of FC as he can. Trying to slow down the monk. Fist of Fury flying, parried. Just has to wait it out for a moment. FC with an X sweep could make it pretty bad for Sajuro. Does knock him back for a second. Sajuro, can he intercept and get a charge around the corner? Maybe a leap. He does need healing at this point. In cap, maybe Zerker Rage for it. Does he have it? Fear onto FC. No way for him to break out of it, but Sajuro does break his own fear with damage. Needs to get as much healing as he can out of this monk. Whatever Bloodthirst, whatever impending victories you can muster, he needs them right now. Getting an interrupt onto FC as he got defenses rolling. FC with that Karma. Does Sajuro just burn through his Karma damage? Does he just end the monk right here? Is he gonna go for it? Gonna be Fist of Fury slowing him down. Karma taking away at him. Does he get the execute damage? Oh! He does end up taking him out as the Lexi come out for the monk. He was so clutch, and Darley just didn't give your boy Sajuro much of a chance. Just lanced him at the end. I think it's not the first time he did that too. Just blasted him out, man. Oh no. And Darley getting hit with a Stormbolt as Katya Megalol. His name is Katya Megalol. That's actually so funny. When it's like all in Russian letters and you read it out, you're like, oh, I know the English version of that. Gotcha, they're going to be up first. Going to be an interrupt on the Deathborn, but Frostbolt should still be able to fly. Gotcha, going to have to go for a Necrolord banner of his own. That's a lot of damage for Darley to deal with. Wants to go for big defenses. Does get an over into Gotcha. There goes the Avatar to break him out of that route. And Darley might just have to go for an Ice Block, maybe a Shatter and Throw. Yep, Shatter and Throw. Looks like Darley's actually going to, I think, cancel that Ice Block before the Shatter and Throw connected. Darley got him some shields, but Gotcha able to burn through shields very quickly. Going to be that Trinket, and that's going to be a poly. Kachi did not have Reflect available for that one. Raising huge execute onto the mage and takes him out. Flash cut up, but that's going to be Arcane Interrupt. No Flash cut immediately. Kachi unable to get himself a proper shield. Should have maybe sought for line of sight. Maybe he thought Archie would give him an honor duel. Big chain harvest. The Scotty gets super low, and there's no way you're going to be able to escape that. As Archie just comes out with full burst, cracking it all out. So Shiro actually got 2 kills there, dude. This warrior just kept on trucking, just kept on rolling. He would not give up this duel to the monk ever. And I love that. I love seeing that, boys. Let's get him up and running, boys. Sentry, Scotty, Jesus, let's get you guys in here, yeah? I think we gotta get Scotty team in here. A couple more runs. Maybe we'll get Jesus as well. Maybe boys back up. We'll see, we'll see. If you guys got a group, let me know. If you're trying to form a group together, let me know all that, yeah? I don't care about the, speaking of languages, English is universal. More people understand than you're saying at all. I kind of agree with you happily, but not everybody knows English. Like, again, Archie, I think Archie knows a little bit of English, but most of the times he speaks Russian in the chat. Like, for the longest time, Archie said, I have no idea what's going on, so I'm gonna take his word for it, you know? I want to see if we can get Scotty in here, unless Scotty needs to redo the group. What's up, Skyra? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. That's nice. Russians are watching the English streamers. I think it's cool, man. Yeah, I personally don't mind it. I get you boys completely, right? You just want to be in the know. You want to be clued in, right? I get it. Totally get it. You know what I mean? I totally get it, boys. Looking for 3 more Horde PvP Dalaran 5v5 1. Tim lights out, trying to make a group together. I guess we could get Sentry, right? We're 2. Okay, then you 2 more. And your group on Alliance. I think Jesus trying to make a group. Scotty's a Horde group. Sentry's Alliance group. How did we get so many Alliance groups, by the way? We got Sentry with Alliance, Jesus with Alliance, and Scotty with a Horde. There's a couple more boys in here, dude. If you guys are a Horde and you want to join in Scotty, join them with a 5v5 duel over in LFG. Just make sure your filters are on for all regions so you can get in here, yeah? But yeah, I feel you, boys. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could find like a middle ground, right? Chat, I think we can find a middle ground. A bit of Russian, a bit of English. Just make sure that all the boys are in the know, yeah? Hit the like button, guys. If you guys are enjoying the stream, if you guys are having a good time, give the stream a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And if you're watching the stream anyway, what are you doing? Subscribe and hit the bell. If you're going to be watching these videos, watching the streams on the regular, you'll want to subscribe as well as hit the bell, especially for the regular content on this channel, the 5v5 1v1 duels. Doing some more tomorrow on the PTR, so be there for PTR, boys. Also, Alliance alive. Yo, for real, dude, I actually was surprised how many Alliance boys we got in here. That's awesome. I'm happy to see that. Go on, Blast. All right, well, let's see if we can get Jesus in here versus Scotty. And we'll get Scotty versus Jesus as soon as we can. Just because Sentry's here. Sentry and Jesus, then Scotty versus Jesus. We'll do it like this, yeah, just so I can remember who's going next. Just plant you next to one another. And Sentry's gonna be last? Bro, why are you guys sending Sentry last? Send that man first. He didn't even get to play last game. Or barely get to play last game. See one English here? Yeah. Maybe I don't know English that they can speak to each other. Yeah, I try to translate as much of that Russian or much of the English to everybody, boys. I try to translate it whenever I can. For me, it is practicing my Russian, which I don't really get to practice that often. So it helps out a little bit. It's interesting, though. It's interesting. We gotta get some more variety in here, man. I like Albedo joining in on Team Horde. I like that. I actually tried to find Albedo over from PTR Duels to find his mog for EU, but I didn't realize his B would be like that German S, letter S. It's like that, what looks like a capital letter, capitalized letter B, but it's like, I think it's a German S sound, like a snake. At least I think that's what it is. I used to have a girl I talked to, and she would teach me a little bit of German. Fan of the stream. I think that's the letter S. Correct me if I'm wrong, boys. Is it money sign? What's up, G? I doing, my man? What's up, MJ doing, bud? Is it S, or am I wrong on that one, boys? Is that letter S, or am I just wrong? I'm outright wrong. Twitch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Atho, Darley, Arhi. We got FC. Why are we sending Gloosh every single time? This rogue, man, has got to play so much of these duels. Gonna be immediate stun, ultra Vassal with the sap and the Wrathguard. Dark backed up from Vassal immediately. I'm pretty sure he owns I had a flesh cut, but I think Gloosh was able to burn through it very, very quickly. Gonna be a quick Mortal Call of Fear and a Decimal Bolt collapsing onto this rogue as he goes in for a reset. Vassal not sending out the pets yet, but he does have himself a big Decimal Bolt set up. I misstepped it, but B is S. Yeah, okay. We're just talking to Image and Albedo. You see how the B in is there? You're Alliance? I was expecting to see a Tauren. Albedo's Alliance all along, but he's a Tauren in PTR. But his name, the B in his name, it's actually like a German S. I was just trying to make sure if I got it right or wrong. Gonna be Glooch. They're trying to make it right or wrong with fast. So wall is up for the Warlock. I just try to get himself just a little bit of survivability here. Dropping down the obelisk, but still just getting beat up. Needs himself some kind of defensive. I think the rogue has him. Oh my goodness. Actually almost had the rogue too. Glooch just took a bit of damage there. Mark Hunt is going to be smoke bomb. As Healing Storm is approaching him, lands a kidney shot blind onto the rogue. No ticket for it. If Healing Storm is very careful with his burst, he can make the most damage happen. Looks like he's gonna have to go for a stun instead. Should have himself the biggest damage out here. Final wreck. Big slam down onto the rogue. I think what he saw is, wait, rogue has no trinket. I can just normal stun him. I don't need to go this blind strat. And he did it. Gonna be Darley up next, landing a poly onto Healing Storm. His polymorph is a cat on top of a horse. Deathborn is up for Darley, looking to get some big damage out versus Healing Storm. Gonna be likely a massive frost bolts to follow, and Healing Storm better be very careful. Last time he didn't bubble versus Darley's birds. He's trying to see if he can walk to him, maybe get a rebuke, use himself a little bit more holy power. Gonna be huge slows by Darley, not letting Healing Storm really go anywhere. And Healing Storm does slowly crawl over behind the pillar, behind the tombstone, as a full blizzard is raining down on him. Healing Storm needs himself a little bit more holy power just to keep himself alive. Those frostbolts are going to be really deadly, especially when there's a flurry in between, especially when there's a Nova in between. Hand of Freedom with a pony just to get himself behind the pillar yet again. But more blizzards getting set up by Darley, just raining it down on Healing Storm, not letting him go anywhere at all. Full ring of, or not a ring of frost, but a... Why is the frozen orb looking so like transparent? Is it me, or is it like... I think that frozen orb looked really transparent there, boys. It didn't like, I didn't see that orb in there. But I mean, I guess I saw the effect. Blizzard down with the frozen orb. And Healing Storm got himself hand of freedom to see if he could walk and towards Darley. Darley tried to see if he might be able to escape into the invis, but Healing Storm did not let him. No more hand of freedoms. Having to go for a cast. Darley, does he go for an interrupt? Looks like Healing Storm is able to get himself a free heal. That's going to be a big burst out of Darley. Healing Storm at least was able to be given a heal. Darley could have interrupted him and just nuked him there. And that's going to be bubble out of the paladin. So far, Darley has just not let Healing Storm play the game. This man's out of mana completely, trying to get some judgments. Going to be that image on the side just blasted with frostbolt, slowing down a little bit. Blizzard coming down, and Darley looking to get another frostbolt, and he just needs a line of sight. Healing Storm eventually is going to have to try to see if he can close the gap with Darley. Hand of Freedom is available. No way for Darley to dispel it. Just trying to see if he can get away from Healing Storm. Waiting until he can use a Nova. Healing. Got a lot of damage rolling. Seraphim wings are up, and that's going to be tricking out Darley. Big hammer thrown out. Not getting the procs. Healing Storm slamming down the hammer. Burning through all those shields of Darley, but the Flesh God held strong. That's going to be yet another full Flesh God available. Trying to go for not even poly, just frostbolts. He's frozen. Might as well use the Shatter playstyle for Frostmage in order to blast more damage into Healing Storm. Big flurry. Lances to follow. Healing Storm could be in trouble here. The blizzards around the corner. Darley might be able to get himself another ring, another frozen orb. Just put pressure onto Healing Storm behind the pillar, trying to back away. Healing Storm, whenever he attacks Darley, he actually slows himself whenever he attacks a Frosty Shield. Darley with full cooldowns available. Healing Storm just chilling behind the pillar. Darley needs that line of sight. Get a couple frostbolts, maybe with a flurry. It could be really deadly. Healing Storm finds himself at about 60% health in a single frostbolt. It is kind of deadly. Not a lot of frost mages playing these duels, or in PvP in general, at least from what I've seen. They're not super common, but they do have a bit of a bite. And I think that fact that not a lot of people play them gives them that unpredictability, that surprising nature. Gonna be the all the time. Darley just trying to keep himself alive here. Gonna be interrupted on a frostbolt. It looks like at least denying the damage out of Darley as well as CC. It looks like Darley's gonna wait until the all the time puts him back in a good spot. Blind out of Healing Storm. Does he himself the big go? Ice block for Darley as Healing Storm sets up a Seraphim. The Paladin does not have wings. So Healing Storm is going to try to see if he can back up out of it. Does drop down the final wreck over a Darley. Maybe he could have delayed the final wreck until he has full wings and everything. But he decided, you know what? I might as well blast him. And I think Healing Storm just was trying to maybe get him. I don't know if he got a second sippy cup. I don't know if he needs another one. But he might be thinking about getting a sippy cup at some point. Darley tried to slow Healing Storm. Hand of Freedom keeping him rolling. Darley does land a poly. Going to be tricky for Healing Storm. Trying to land another poly. Going to be Nova. But Healing Storm with that Hand of Freedom. Not going to be Nova down. Going to be full burst out of the mage. And Healing Storm under a ton of pressure, trying to create some line of sight. Does Darley have himself normal blinks or shimmers? If he has a shimmer around the corner, he might be able to catch up to Healing. Healing hitting the mage with a Hand of Hindrance. Trying to poke around the corner, just throw some judgments, get some holy power, but trying to mostly avoid the full burst of a Necrolord mage with ice form. Healing Storm trying to use that line of sight as carefully as he can. Gonna be the big shatter for Darley around the corner, at least trying to get some shatters in. Blizzard Jumper Healing Storm got himself a Hodge. Darley has a trinket for it. Darley bringing holy moly the hunter, playing up that mage, swapping out from one class into another for PvP. Altar time is available. Darley is going to take the altar, going to be healing there to meet him, trying to get some big hammers in. Going to be a poly, no bubble, no shield of vengeance, no trinket. Darley going in for a defensive heal instead of trying to see if he can end Healing Storm right now. At least Healing Storm is waddling towards Darley. At least he's put himself away from many pillars. Rune of Power's up. Hand of Freedom is going to keep him rolling for a second. Darley just needs a little bit more defense here. Just a little bit more. Another poly into Healing Storm. It is very hard. Does take away the Paladin away from many pillars. Frozen Orb as well as a Blizzard for him to walk through. Does have some range damage for Darley. Darley has himself some burst available too. Healing Storm could be in big trouble. Oh, it's really a long time, until he can get himself another hit. Oh, a bubble. Blind onto Darley. Does have to play the blind defensively. Trying to get some damage out. Darley does not need to worry about Rebuke for a bit. Does he have the biggest damage with Healing Storm? Ice Block back up again. Darley, I think, got 3 Ice Blocks this duel so far. Did he? I want to say he did. Healing Storm standing next to the Ice Block, just chipping away at him. Darley blinking away with an ulti time ready to go in case things go bad. Healing Storm takes a huge blizzard, a huge frostbolt with a flurry, but he's still alive and kicking for now. 50 seconds on a bubble. Darley, if you could somehow end him before the bubble, then you're good. Also, I keep calling him Darley. It almost sounds like I'm calling him Darling. Is it just me, dude? I can't remember. I'm thinking like, I'm just making sure I'm saying Darley. Darley. I'm not trying to whisper sweet nothings or anything, you know what I mean? He looks like I'm taking a bit of that frostbolt damage again and again. Darley again with the ice form, with more blizzard to follow. He just can't really reach. Darley just walking through that Necrolord puddle, shrinking out of that root, shrinking and root just so he can keep moving, keep walking towards the mage. And he's so low, 14 seconds until the bubbles back up. Darley needs to push in, get a couple more frostbolts in, but needs to push in before the bubble comes back. And I think Healing Storm might have recovered enough. We're hitting that only 80% dampening. Lots of healing available for Healing Storm. And Darley keeps putting down Blizzard on top of Healing Storm. Does he go for the bubble here? If he has a flurry too, that could be a lot of damage. Ice Sense is doing quite a bit of work. Hand of Freedom just to make sure he can hug the pillar well. But he's not going to have that Hand of Freedom to approach the mage at all. Trying to see if he can slow the mage. No more Hand of Freedom. Could get rooted back to back. He does have a bubble in case things go bad. I think that was a Currents to pick up just now. Is going to be a Necrolord proc over for Darley? Or maybe like a Necrolord use? Did he just cast the Necrolord ability? It was like... No, he has... Yeah, he must have used it. Because I doubt he's running the Necrolord Legendary. Going to be Darley with the ulti time. Does at least catch up with a little bit of health. At least a little bit. Got himself Ice Form. The Paladin tried to get an interrupt. The mage going for the poly. Oh, and does take him down. Healing Storm walked up, slamming the mage down. It took him a little bit of time. Did use a bubble though, so you did have to need the bubble in order to be able to beat him. FC gonna be up next with full Fleshcraft ready to go. The monk tried to see if he can end Healing Storm now. Healing Storm does not have wings or anything for a while. Shield of Vengeance is up, but that's going to be Karma back by FC. So Healing Storm is just going to end up doing damage to himself. Not much he can do about it. Try to get himself healing with as many Word of Glory as possible, but I think it's going to be over. FC just had him so low, just out of cooldowns, nothing he can do. It just ends up taking him down with Zuen by his side. Albedo joining in next. Charging out versus FC as a Necrolord Paladin, sending out the Gavel. FC tried to see if he could parry him down. Going to be a Trinket as the slow is up for Albedo. Not using Hand of Freedom, unless he already used it. It's going to be just waddle it over to FC, casually hit him with a Rebuke to interrupt the Fleshcraft shield. And is looking to get the big Divine Storm, Tempest Verdict combos onto the Monk. FC does go for Diffuse Magic, trying to do some of the holy damage away from Albedo. But the Paladin is yet to even press wings. He's just getting all those cooldowns out of FC. And he has big cooldowns in case he ever just wants to take him down. Another Camber coming in by the Necrolord Covenant. Have himself a big prep to go in case if he has a stun. He'll be in a fantastic spot. Stun into FC, looking to get big damage out. Divine Storm, Tempest Verdict taking him out without even using wings with a Wake of Ashes to also help him capitalize on it all. Atherman walking at Albedo. Albedo has all cooldowns available. It's a Necrolord Pala versus Necro Pala. Albedo, the only thing he is behind on is the fact that he does not have a Fleshcraft himself. Stun onto Albedo. Does he trinket it? He does go for the trinket as Atherman has full burst available. It's going to hit Atherman with a slow. Hand of Freedom for Albedo immediately just so you can separate from Ather. Does interrupt Ather on Holy. Going to be a Hodge adaptation. Is going to get Atherman out in the open. He could go for... I don't know if he has a Fleshcraft available right now, but he did get interrupted on Holy earlier. He could just go for a Fleshcraft versus Albedo if he wanted to. Shield limits up for Ather. Albedo tried to punish him while wings are rolling. Hand of Freedom is back up. so you can maybe reconnect with Atho. Trying to be careful with the chill event. It's not the most amount of damage splashed back to Albedo. But he's doing A-okay for now. Athame actually dipping kind of low. Might have to bubble it. Whoever bubbles first, I think, is going to be behind. Stun to Albedo. Does bubble it. Trying to see if he can force a bubble out of Athame. Does get a bubble out of him. So Albedo, even though he bubbled first, he wasn't able to get Athame to bubble at roughly the same time. Albedo does have a flash cut to overlap his health. Athame doesn't look like he has one, or if he does, he needs to get it kicked on a holy before he goes for a flash cut. Does Athame have damage? Does Albedo have damage? Whoever has damage next, before Bop, actually... Looks like both of them are equalized. Both got a fleshcraft. Both are ready. Actually, both of them very, very similar to these, except Atho does have wings. So Albedo is behind. Albedo is definitely behind. That fleshcraft got burnt through pretty quickly. Athame is just getting some pot shots. Seraphim, I think Albedo knows he's in trouble. Trying to get him some Wake of Ashes to get himself a bit of healing. Full wreck is down. Athame full burst. Oh my god, wreck, and then just down. Tampa's verdict. Divine Storm. All of it procced at once. There's nothing you can do about it. Can Athame take the momentum versus Jesus? Trying to see if he can pelt him from afar. He got the hammers from a distance. If he can go for another gavel from the Necrolord Covenant, he might be able to get a big proc. Just trying to see if he might be able to get some damage. Not trying to stay next to Jesus too long. He's just walking by, hits him, backs up out. Walk by, hits him, backs up. I think we're just trying to max up the damage while wings were up with a hand of wreck. Just trying to blast him out from a distance. Jesus walking at Athame with a fresh ghoul, sacrifice against the other ghoul. With a full flash cap, he got a lot of cooldowns walking into the Pala. If he can land an interrupt on the Holy to deny a... I guess actually you want to deny a bubble. I guess you kind of want to deny a flash cap at this point. Athame does break out of that stun using his own human racial to break out of it. There's going to be a blessing of protection against some of the physical damage from those ghouls. So actually the Bop is not the worst. Turn evil onto the pet. Jesus is going to have his pet completely disengaged out of the fight, but the death that still has plenty more to summon. Going to be a full Ancient Hysteria versus Athame. Just trying to see if you could frenzy him down. AMS is up to Jesus to protect from any stuns. Athame dropping down final wreck, burning through a flash cup very, very quickly. Or burning through AMS very quickly. Jesus does have IBF in case he wants to use it. Might need to use it here. Super low on health. Does he check out Athame? Both of them super low. Athame does go, or Jesus does go for a death pack just to give him a little bit more health, but necrotic to all of it out. Athame had no health whatsoever, and Jesus does end up death calling him down. Oh my goodness, boys. And Arhi is the last one left. As we got us as a Rayton Rail, the Demon Hunter, as well as Jesus. Last one for the team. And a quick Sunder and a Chain Harvest. Just harvest Jesus for all he's worth. As he's just completely drained after fighting Athame in the Pala. And Rayton Tail taking big LE blast from a distance is going to get hit with a static totem. Just trying to burn whatever damage and get maybe some kind of leech healing from the Earth Elemental. Stun onto Arhi is going to have his own pet join in. Going to be the I-beam getting interrupted by Arhi. But I think Rayton does pick up the soul. It took him a second to pick up the soul from the demon, but does get 20% more damage. Actually just crashing all the damage through Arhi. Arhi burning his own dwarf racial to actually to move some of the magic effects off of Rayton. It's going to put him with a LC. Oh, what the? Who won that one? Wait a second. Wait a sec. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where is he? Rayton? Rayton got a kill? Rayton won that one. Wait, Arhi got a kill. Arhi got a kill, and Rayton actually killed him. What just happened? So I know that Arhi just used a Dark Arn Racial, which actually puts your trinket on a 30-second CD. I don't know if the trinket was back up for him or not, or maybe he just put a trinket on CD there. But he used Dwarven Racial, I think for either damage or whatever. And then something happened where Arhi was low on health, and then just kind of dipped. I think it was a Battlemaster trinket falling off and a hit at the same time by the Demon Hunter. And it just looked like a big hit, but it just was like he just lost all that borrowed health and then got slapped. Damn. I'm gonna need to look back through that one at the end. Let's get another duel up and running, boys, yeah? We got 6:44. We got a couple more duels we can get up and running for the evening, boys. 278, dude. We are slowly but surely crawling towards the 280 duel mark. Больше демп не хотел уже играть. Спасибо за игры. Большой Demp. Oh, he said big Demp. Don't want to play anymore. So it looks like Arhi is out. So I guess we got Jesus and Scatic if they have a group available. Maybe. Is any slot available on Alliance? I think maybe Jesus Team Jesus might have one. You might need to check up if they have a group available in LG. Unholy can win all these rap palettes with ease, but nobody plays it right. That's true. Unholy is actually a better spec than a lot of us think. Antobadon, and it's Unholy DK that joins us for the EU duels. That guy slaps as Unholy. He knows how to play. That guy is a champ. What's up, Gunsalve? I said insane duels today. I'm enjoying these a lot, man. Bite more frost, more like frostbite. Bite more like frostbite. Hello, Senor. What's up, Sadju? You got to, my man. Hope you having a good one, my guy. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Yeah, Unholy DKs don't get a lot of good rep in PvP. I'm hoping they're better for patch 9.2. I mean, double Legos, and maybe they buff some of their toolkit a little. Actually, no, hold on. No, they did get buffed already. Their conduits got buffed. So you have a conduit now where you have cooldown reduction on your apocalypse. Now that's more static to 1 second per festering wound that you pop with Scourge Strike or Apocalypse. But now the damage of festering wounds is more, so it's going to be more consistency. Then your Death Coil damage, the free procs, also does more damage. Your pet damage also got buffed. Your tier set buffs your pet damage by even more. So actually, I think altogether with all the tier sets, double Legos, and the conduit changes, you might actually be pretty good. Hopefully. Maybe like a sustained spec, not quite as bursty spec, but hopefully sustained damage should improve. As an overall. We'll see though. Yeah, can I create a group? You're more than welcome to Scaver. You're more than welcome to, my guy. If you want to open up an LFG, you're more than welcome to. We got Scotty looking for 3 more on the team Horde, boys, if we can get some in here. Oh, looks like maybe they're gone. Maybe they got all the 5. Maybe they're... I think they got all 5. Or they dipped. So I think we have Team Jesus ready to go. Sentry, I think is backing up, but maybe boys on Team Sentry want to get a group rolling. Scotty, I don't know if they were able to get a group together. Boy got to play. I think his team got to play twice. I think. I was hoping maybe they'll give him a little bit more opportunity for the Shadow Priest to return. Because Aspie is pretty nutty as a priest. Well, the Red Craft. Well, the Rogue Craft too. I think it's going to be World of Feral Craft though. Have you seen the patch 9.2 Ferals? They're nuts. The amount of damage they do with the tier set, huge. It's scary. It's actually scary. Like if they play it super cheesy, it's super careful. That Berserk, you gotta use everything to live it. It is deadly. I think it's gonna make Kyrian a lot better. With if Pharaohs are prevalent, I think everybody's gonna be playing Kyrian, went into the Berserk, Trinket Pop a Sippy Cup. I think that's all you're gonna have to do. I think you're gonna have to start doing that. Unless the Sippy Cup doesn't work for that bleed, which could be really, really bad. Let's go, boys. Need more? Yo, Knight. Are you part of Team Jesus or you're part of Team Sentry or Scotty? Because if you take over as a lead for one of the groups, then we can get you... I think I have you added, don't I, Nightmares? I think I have you added in Real ID. So I could get you versus Team Jesus, because Team Jesus is still ready. If you guys want to join any of the teams, I don't know if we have a Horde team. We don't. Oh, no, 5? No, we don't. Maybe Team Alliance, but if you guys look up for, search for number 5 over in the custom search for PvP, over in the Premium group, custom, you might be able to find a 5v5 in the group over in the Alliance. If Sentry's team, the Alliance boys and Sentry's team are still trying to get some games rolling, because we got still Team Jesus, we could maybe get a +1 in here, yeah? Thank you all boys so much for popping into the stream today. I appreciate you. By the way, boys, by the way, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Also, if you haven't yet, if you enjoyed the stream so far, give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you guys are new and watching the stream, you're not subscribed, then what are you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the bell, especially for the regular updates on the channel. Patch 9.2, digital WoW expansion announcements, or more 5v5s. What's the name? Normally it would be, they'd be called like 5v5 1v1 DUELS. So if you want to find a group, you would just go to custom, from pre-made group custom, and you would type number 5 in the search. If you're EU, you'll want to make sure all your filters are on. Because we get some groups that are Slavics, we get some groups that are non-UK, Germany, you know, all the other regions. Just make sure you have all the filters. Stop number 5, hit enter, and you should see a 5v5 1v1 group. If you don't see one, you can always start a group and call it 5v5 1v1 Duels Dalaran. Something along those lines. As long as you have number 5 in there for the 5v5, then that's going to make it easier for everybody else to search the groups up. Trying to create a new group? Sound good. Nothing on Alliance? Well, hopefully Scanner can make a group. Especially if he's making one Alliance. We'll type number 5. Yeah, I think he's trying to make one Alliance. Can I join if you need one? Nally, what's up, dude? What's up? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one. Yeah, you're more than welcome to, my guy. You guys are all welcome to. Yeah. And boys, remember, if you're part of the duels right now, tomorrow we'll be doing PTR duels. Join our Discord, link in the description. In the Discord, we have a section on how to join in the PTR, how to get PTR. If you type in the, I think there's a section in the useful links or 5v5 duels. We had it somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. I think it was Dalaran guide. No. Oh, we do have it in the WoW useful links. If you're waiting, you want to download PTR, we have a useful link section. There's a link to a video on how to download PTR. Or if you check the general section, pins, there's also a link there as well if you want to download PTR and join us tomorrow. We're doing PTR duels. They have PvP vendors, they have tier set vendors, all the trinkets if you want to try stuff. Make a character ahead of time so you can choose your covenant and get your character set up with all the PvP things. Tomorrow should be fun. I hope that they add more arenas for the sake of variety for PTR, because last time they got the last week they had us only ready to queue for the Maldraxxus arena. That's the only arena we could queue for. Hopefully we'll get more arenas that we can play, like the regular arenas, the Dalaran sewers, the Hook Point from Kotiras, the Grand arena, for a little bit of variety. And we're joining Alliance team, yo boys. Yeah, if Skyver is looking for a group on an alliance, if you guys search 5 in the custom as alliance, boys, you're more than welcome to. And I'll just need to add one of you guys over, whoever's lead, over to Real Idea will be good to go. Sentry is gone, but maybe boys and Team Sentry would want to join in. Boys and Team Sentry, if you guys don't have a group, if you want to join in, Skyver is trying to make a group, you guys could join him as well. Scotty looks like he's gone. Jesus is the only one ready. So we'll see if we can get maybe one more in here, yeah? We'll give it like 8 minutes, see how we're doing with the groups. It'll pop in. But yeah, if you guys are regulars, join the PTR duels, man. This is the time to test everything. They have all the PvP vendors, all the gear that you can just buy for free over on PTR. So you don't need to have a geared character, you just need to have a max level character. There's an item to max out your renown there as well on one of the vendors. There's an item for conduits. I'm not sure if that one works anymore. I think that one broke. But if it's fixed, then there's an item just to boost all your conduits to a higher level. You also have tier set gear, you have the new PvP gear, you have the new PvP trinkets if you want to try those. I think the grenade trinket is pretty good, but the other trinkets are kind of like, I don't know, I think Chicago played that damage absorb for the magic damage. I don't know how good those are going to be, but if you guys want to try the new trinkets, you're more than welcome to. There's also a Tauren, if you do join PTR. In the area where you choose your covenants, there's a big ass Tauren dude. You could also do the story skip for the new zone with Zereth Mortis with him. If you do a story skip to, like, I don't know, chapter 6, then you can also go to Zereth Mortis for your Forge of Bonds if you want to change your conduits to soul binds. So you could basically do a lot of your soul binds conduits basically for Moribos. There's a Lego vendor there too if you want to try the double Legos. There's a belt Lego seller guy over in Norbo, so yeah. You have a group? Yo, I can add you. Have you tried to add me before? Scar. Yo, try to add me really quick, Skay. Try to add me, Dalaran hashtag 1340. I want to see if you could try, if you tried to add me before. SKAY. Oh, you got a group? Let's go, dude. Get me in, bro. Oscar. We can get you in if we do one more. But if not tonight, join us some more for PTR, boys. PTR is free. Everyone has access. Everybody is free to get it. It's free. You don't need to pay or anything. It's public test realm. Everybody's welcome. Okay, I gotta add you. Vor hashtag. Hopefully I got it right. 2380. Yeah, if you never try to add me on Real ID, I should be able to add you and we should be able to get this group rolling pretty quickly. Squiz! Oh my goodness, my man! Squiz is coming back. He was asking me earlier, like, yo, do we still do our heroics on Sunday? I was like, I think so. But I don't really know. I think I'm gonna take it easy, or a little more easy than before. Only PTR, MM Hunter. Tomorrow we'll be doing PTR. Today we're doing live. And Sky, I got you in. Yo, Sky, just whisper me something, anything. Actually, I guess I could do it like this, right? I could just type in your name. I see it in chat right now. Skavor and Jesus. Hold on, does this work? Also, I might do a queue. I don't know if you have LFG. Take the group out of LFG or not. We're in? Nope. Didn't work. Sky, make sure the group is unlisted from LFG. That might be a thing. That might be a thing. Once you're good, let me know and I'll queue you guys back up. We got a group, boys. Let's get another good duel for the day. Yo, I want to see the most fun duel you guys have ever had for the 5v5 1v1 duels. Just the biggest slammer jam out of the park. Ready to go. What's your name? Dalaran #140 if you guys want to add me. I won it today. Well, I guess you could join Sky, whatnot. Sky or Jesus if we're going to be doing more afterwards. Let's get this group going. Let's get this group running for duels, and then we'll see if we do more afterwards. How does that sound, boys? How does that sound? I won it today. We'll see if we do more afterwards, Oscar. How does that sound? After this one, we'll see. We got a couple of new names. I like it. I like it. Twitch. Oh my god, that's a lot of paladins for Team Jesus. Oh man, that's a lot of palas. Normally we have a rule of not too many of one class. Should we let the slide chat or just re-roll it? I think I want to let it slide just so we can get a duel up and running, yeah? Just so we can finally get a group. Maybe one too many palas for Team Jesus, but we got ourselves a Merrick, we got ourselves a Beta, a Healing Storm. Maybe somebody will be able to smash these palas out of the park. We got Jesus on the team and Fassal. That's a variety over Team 2. Team 1, we got ourselves Athaman. We got as well Neri as a new paladin I haven't seen before. We got Thani. We got ourselves Imontrent as well as Gloosh. Who's gonna be first up? It's gonna be last. It looks like Athaman. Maybe waiting to get yeeted out of the pipe. Looks like Gloosh, dude. How does this guy end up playing first for that team? Well, Gloosh does have a pretty good record of nuking down paladins before they can really get much going. So maybe he might be able to take Emeric out of here. Get Emeric out of the arena. Take him out with a big old carry-on. He's winning every roll. Is this rogue really that lucky? Bro, he's a rogue. He's got to be cheating, right? Come on. Have you seen the class he's playing? He's got to be cheating, dude. He's using loaded dice. He's using some loaded dice to make his rolls happen. And Merrick dropping down the gavel immediately versus Gloosh. Gloosh with a battle mass trinket. Gonna be maybe a trinket out of those Hodge. Looks like Merrick just going in for more of a hit and run. Getting holy power off of Gloosh, but doesn't want to touch him at all. Gloosh is getting in there. No Shadow Blaze just yet. Getting a shot into Merrick. Does get himself the eye for an eye. Gloosh is just trying to see if he can fight right through it. Gonna be a short shield for Merrick. Now going for the cheap shot. Actually big of distance. Merrick's out. Just jumps out super low. Just continue to keep himself afloat. Cool and collected. Burning that hand of freedom. Or hand of word of glory. Every single time he can. Smoke bomb for the rogue. Let's go for the shadow step with advantage. I don't know if maybe he needed a shadow melt, but that shadow melt gets just to make sure he zooms away from Merrick. Might not have been a bad idea. Shield event is down for the paladin. No more trinket. Does a bubble and bop. If Gloosh can get back in there, he has trinket, he has cloak. He actually has all the defenses in order to get the pressure on the paladin. The paladin kind of walking out of the consecration. Quick stab by the rogue. And I think this is going to get knocked out by the... I think it gets knocked out. Don't you normally get knocked out whenever the waterfall comes down? I do like this arena. You have that line of sight with the waterfall in the middle from time to time. I do think it makes things interesting. Gonna be an interrupt onto Emeric. Does go for a big stun onto Gloosh. There's gonna be a trick out of the rogue. He's gonna go for Addons. Does get hit with a wake of ashes. Does take a bit of damage while in stealth, but he does go for the reset. He needs himself a sippy cup, whether the carrying or whether the normal sippy cup, in order to get himself back up and running. But did see Emeric popping off full cooldowns with wings, training a 2-minute trinket for the 2-minute wings. There's no way he was going to survive it otherwise. Just trying to keep the paladin out in the open. Still bubble. No Bob anymore, actually. So bubble is the only thing that's keeping the paladin alive here. Hey, eye for an eye. As Gloosh is going to land a disarm onto Emeric as he's trying to get some damage out versus the rogue. It's going to be a kidney shot. Going to win maybe for an interrupt as well, but I think Gloosh does not have the damage to follow up. Bubble for Emeric, trying to see if he can punish Gloosh. Does he have the damage? He has the neck alert set up. Wake of Ashes. Looks like he's using that wake in order to get himself healing rather than damage. Gloosh got himself Battle Master Trinket. Looks like he just want to stay in next to the paladin. Maybe build up for a little bit of resources. Going to be going for that sippy cup just to get himself a bit of a heal. And Emeric slowing down the rogue. Kidney shot onto the paladin. Does Gloosh have enough damage? Got that Kyrian burst. Might be able to make the big eviscerance happen. Trying to see if he can end him. Cheap shot to follow. Another big eviscerate. Emeric got himself a little bit of healing. Mark for death. Emeric shield of vengeance up and running. Does he have any damage to turn back to the rogue? Hodge not gonna have the shield of vengeance popping onto the rogue just yet. Big gavel coming in. Does he have the big procs for the gavel? Blind onto the paladin. And it looks like Gloosh is just gonna reset until the shield of vengeance is gone. Does he have enough here to finish the paladin? I think he should, right? Dance has cloak, evasion, no trinket for a while. Emeric does have wings in 25 seconds. So if Gloosh just goes in, he might be okay for a bit. And Merrick does not play, actually he does play Reg, but I guess he just hasn't got the procs. Oh, taking him out with just that cheap shot. I think Kyrian into an eviscerate, taking the burn potential into Healing Storm. He's actually just blasting this guy out. Healing might just have to bubble out of this. Disarm as he goes for a heal. He had the Warlock also for Facile. If Gloosh went with a eviscerate as he was trying to go for a healing for a Hellstone, I think Healing Storm could have just been dead. I don't know why he thought he would be okay. Gloosh is just burning through this Paladins, dude, just absolutely assassinating these guys out of the arena. Healing Storm sitting on the sap. Trying to go for a heal, but he knows he could get interrupted. Gotta be that Shadow Strike interrupt as he's about to finish that cast. He thought he was safe. Trinket, Healing Storm does have to bubble it through Gloosh. Puts so much pressure into the guy. Wings are up with Seraphim. He knows he needs to Trinket out of that blind. And Healing Storm does not go for the blind. He just went in for a final wreck. Oh no. Healing Storm did recover a lot of health though. He does recover a ton while Wings are up. But man, that rogue dude, he had to Trinket vanish. He knew there was going to be a blind. If Healing Storm just had the global for the blind ready, that's going to be rough. Gloosh looking for that reset versus Healing Storm. It looks like Healing just dropping down Consecration, got himself a flash of light ready to go sap onto Healing Storm. And I think Gloosh is going to go for a full reset. He got himself Shadow Blades ready to go anytime. Healing Storm without a bubble. Does have a bob though. Big burst out of this rogue. Blessing Protection comes out really early before Healing Storm falls behind, trying to slow down the rogue, but the sprint is going to keep moving, ignoring that slow. And there goes the hammers flying down. Healing Storm knows the rogue could go for his reset. Looks like he just jumps right on after the rogue in order to make sure the rogue doesn't get a proper resets. Seraphim is available for Healing Storm. It's going to be a stun. Gloosh does go for Battlemaster Trinket. Is it going to be another hammer proc for Healing Storm with a final wreck? It's going to be Wake of Ashes. Get a shot onto Healing Storm. Has nothing left. I think Gloosh does have him. And finally, Eviscerate does end up taking him out. These Paladins just falling down one by one without Beto. Next was the Gloosh. Get hit with a blind. Trinkets out immediately. Gloosh with a smoke bomb. Does he Shadow Step past Albedo? He does. Using that Shadow Step momentary sprint just to run out of there. And I think he's got nothing. Gonna be disarmed to Albedo. Does bubble out of it just to make sure he has the weapon back. Gloosh at least forced everything out of these Paladins. Even though Gloosh does go down, this rogue forced everything out of them. So the team won. Has a solid chance of being able to compete versus these Paladins, at least being able to bust right through them. And after been walking at Albedo as Albedo down on Trinket, down on Bubble, there's nothing you can do to stop Atherman's burst. Atherman has it in the bag as long as he doesn't make a mistake, as long as he doesn't get interrupted on Holy, as long as he doesn't lock himself out. He has it perfectly set up. Flesh goes up for Albedo. Does he have CC immunity? Looks like he does play Marilla Soulbind, I want to say. No, he doesn't. I wonder what Soulbind he's playing then. Gonna be Atherman, trying to see if he can burn right through it. Another hammer proc. Oh, taking him out. Again, nothing is stopping this Paladin burst at this point. Next up is gonna be Facile. Dude, that rogue I think might be the hero the team one needed. This rogue absolutely just dismantled these Paladins. Just set them out, expose their weakness to the rest of the team. Actually just blasted through these guys. Again, like he lost against the third Paladin, but going through two Paladins and blasting through them, gotta give him credit. Fear onto Atho adaptation breaks him out immediately. Does get the Shadow Interrupt onto Facile as he goes in for the Dark Pact. Looks like Dark Pact can be used even if you'd go for a Shadow Bolt interrupted. Like if you're interrupted on Shadow, knockdown onto Atho with a stun. Actually, the fellow missing that knockdown. Flash cut around the corner. Does Facile interrupt it? Looks like he doesn't have an interrupt. Stun onto Facile, Trinkets out of it. More to call into Atho. Does have CC immunity for a second. Trying to get away from the Tyrant. Trying to get a cast off. Gonna be the Demon Doggers closing in. Double Felguard up. Trying to get at least one cast at Atho. Looks like he's gonna get one blast. It's gonna be a stun right afterwards with a Wake of Ashes. Another interrupt into Facile. The pets are still ready to go. They've been extended in duration by the Tyrant. And then still trying to blast that damage into Atherman. Oh! Bubble out of Athens and dip super low. That Decimated Bolt, that Demon Bolt, powered by Decimated Bolt, did so much damage just now. Atherman no longer has a way to deal with Facile. I mean, maybe Blessing of Protection could work somewhat to some extent against these pets, because a lot of the Demon Doggers and the Felguard do physical damage, in fact. But against Facile, because the imps, which do very, very little damage, but together they do end up making quite a bit of a ruckus. And together with Facile dropping down Decimated Bolt into a Demon Bolt, like it is gonna hurt. Hodge into Facile as he got himself Dark Pact shield rolling just to get himself tanked up a bit. Mordecai ascended Atherman. Desmond both set up yet again. Atherman goes behind the pillar just to get himself a bit of a reset. Port on top of Atherman as Vassal isn't going to give Atherman a much opportunity to go anywhere. Shieldman is procking, but it's going to be split between the Wrathguard and Vassal. Seraphim is up. Atherman wants to go for big damage. Vassal hits him with a stun. Going to be Fear onto the Bob. And Vassal still has plenty of damage he can send at him. Going to be Final Wreck. Waller for Vassal trying to get some damage out. Another stun onto Atherman. As he's DR'd him completely on stuns as well as Fear. It's going to be the pet charging out, stun into Vassal. Atherman wants to take down the Warlock. It looks like he might just have it. Hammer stunned in and does drop him down while Wings is rolling. Jesus is up next, whereas Unholy DK playing out the A-bomb. He got himself full Army of the Dead joining as well, sending out the pet versus Atherman. And the pet actually charging out quite far to Ather, but he does have plenty of mobility while the pony's up. Turn evil onto the pet is going to disable it for the moment. Jesus does get the Army of the Dead joining in together with the Apocalypse. But the Army of the Dead is actually just completely having to go a little bit of a long way just to catch up to Ather. The ghouls are doing the best they can. But with the main pet for Jesus also being completely indisposed of that turn evil, there's only so much you can do. Grippy hand is up, stun onto the Death Knight, just gonna have to sit that stun. Gonna be a flash cut while he's surrounded by the Army of the Undead. It is reducing the damage he's taking. It is gonna give him a little bit of survivability from the Marilyn Soulbind. At least it gives him a little bit of defense to work with. But now he no longer has a flesh gift in case he gets interrupted on Holy. Stunned by the Death Knight. Still the Army of the Dead chasing after the Paladin. Hits him over the Wake of Ashes just to give himself a bit of breather. It looks like maybe this is where Atherman wants to turn around versus Jesus. Got himself a Seraphim. Seeing the zone come down. Jesus missing that interrupt. And this is where Atherman just to catch up a little bit of healing, unless it's going to be that pet interrupt, as the pet is empowered. Atherman can just cast holy spells to heal himself back up to full as much as he wants to. This is where Jesus with the pet fully amped up, ready to go. The transformation did happen. Atherman with full wings, stunning Jesus. Could be IBF out of the Death Knight any moment. It looks like Atherman, I don't know if he's trying to decide whether he wants to stay aggressive with the holy power spending or defensive. He did get himself a proc of wings. Real Wings coming up very, very soon. Could go for Chill Dependency as the Army of the Dead joins back in. Quick grip onto Atherman. Could be a stun out of Jesus. Not an adaptation. So Atherman could be in big trouble. Chill Dependency is all he has. He either needs to decide whether he wants to do defensive or aggressive. It looks like it's been holy power. Jesus just got to back up out of there. Just letting the pets do work. Letting the death goals and the dots do work. So Atherman has to play defensively. Jesus sacrificing that ghoul that's loyal to him just to get himself a little bit more health. IBF as Atherman got huge damage, trying to see if he can carve Jesus right through, trying to smite him out of this arena. Short stun by the pet. Could be the trump. Gus get hooked on Holy. Atherman could be in trouble. No healing. Oh no, Jesus does end up taking him out. That quick lockout with a brain freeze did work. And Narilla is going to be up next. I think try to go for a bit of an honor duel with Jesus. I think try to go for a bow ball on the cap mount. But Jesus, I don't know how you're going to be able to deal with another Paladin. Does have a trigger for that stun. Stun back into Narilla. And Neri getting hit. Oh, going for that rebuke. Jesus trying to get himself a flash cap up and running again. AMS up for the Death Knight. Neri. That's how Wings don't want to use it. Full Army of the Dead joining in. That was a Wake of Ashes to stun the A-bomb. Big A-bomb limb out for Jesus. Neri actually under pressure. Bubble does give him full immunity. Jesus needs to find a way to escape out of here. Does have Lynchborn, but nothing left. And man, that was a hell of a duel with the Rogue just blasting out of the park. Atherman trying to finish off what the Rogue started. And Neri trying to take down the final one, holding the fort for Team 2. World of Paladins? Bro, it is a lot of Palace, huh? There is a lot of Paladins in this arena, aren't there? Team 1 and Team 2 both got a lot of them, dude, with the Rogue having to take out as many as he could, and Ather just continued the trade. Just they're making sure to eliminate all the Paladins for Team 2, and then use their own Paladin to keep winning the rest of it. Huge. Alrighty, boys. Well, I think we're going to call it here, chat. We got 7:09. It is about the time for me to go get dinner. Normally, I like to keep these duels going for a little bit longer if you have a lot of teams, if you have a lot of boys that never got to play. But boys, gonna be doing PTR duels tomorrow. What's up, Demon? How you doing, my man? Yo, Demon, doing PTR tomorrow, my guy. I'm thinking we're gonna do PTR tomorrow. A lot of boys want a PTR today. Tomorrow, normal duels on PTR. To PTR. Tomorrow, PTR. Tomorrow is PTR, so both NA and EU can participate. Both NA and EU can play. My heart was beating. Jonas, I'm glad you enjoyed that duel. Yeah, that's what we want to see, man. I didn't even play it. I'm sorry about it, Skateboard. I'm sorry about it. Join us tomorrow, PTR, Skateboard. Download PTR, copy your character over, put up all the PvP gear on that guy. There's vendors and Orbos. You can just buy them. You don't need honor. You don't need conquest. They're giving it out for free. Join us for PTR duels. Try PTR duels. It's going to be really fun, boys. 3-week in order to join Skate War. If you join in tomorrow for PTR and you add me on Real ID and you pop back in the chat, I can get you a group to just spam queue a couple of times in a row just to make sure you get a chance to play. How does that sound? I promise you on that one. Skate War, I promise you. V2, yeah, let's get Jonas in there as well. I'm down. Got a group ready? Got Vanguard Max and Dalpal. Yo, where'd you get Dalpal from? What the? Yo, if you can get everybody in your team to be named Savix, Max, Vanguards, and Dalpal, that'd be a whole nother level of math. If you can coordinate that with your team on PTR tomorrow, I think that'd be hilarious. Paladins winning is a good day. Yo, for Paladin players, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. 5 reds? No. Don't make them all reds. Get them any other class. But if you do the names, that'd be pretty cool. I like how you put Dalpal in there, dude. That's an honor right there. Dalpal actually gets to be among all these other names, man. What the? Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for joining. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Again, remember. Atho. Oh man, bro. Yo, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with all of you. You guys are amazing. Nami, thanks for joining in. I hope you enjoyed some duels as fast. Oh my guy. Yo, again, tomorrow, PTR duels. Join our Discord. Link down in the description of every stream and every video. We have a section on Discord called Useful WoW Links. In the Useful WoW Links, Karen has the video linked to how to download and add PTR on your account if you haven't yet. So there's a video how to do it, or if you check the pinned messages in the general section. If you scroll down just a little bit, I'm a pin there, like a 4th pin from the top. Join us for that. Join us on PTR tomorrow. Test all the classes, test all your trinkets, test all the builds you want to run, okay? Join us. Do it. Seriously. PTR duels have been a lot of fun. A lot of you guys are excited to see more of them. Thank you so much for joining, boys. I appreciate you guys. Are wonderful, beautiful. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow for PTR. More duels tomorrow. And hopefully we'll start getting an announcement on when 9.2 could be coming out. Hopefully we get something about it soon. It looks like Blizzard made a pretty big blue post about gearing over in the next batch for tier sets and creation catalysts. I think I want to cover that in an update in the next few days. You know? Giselle Pindaran? Pindaran? Extreme Medallion has been my pal in my book. I appreciate that though. Love your moment of stream. Boys, I'm glad, man. I'm happy to hear that. I'll see you beauties tomorrow, alrighty? I'll see you guys there. Seriously, get PTR, join us up. It's really easy to get in on it, okay? Join us. Trust me, it'll be really fun. Alrighty, boys. I'll see you all in the next stream, okay? Alrighty. Peace.
Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a goddamn mess. Hopeless, more tests. More blessed. Dug deep down, trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest. I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Calm down, make new thoughts. Like jumping off of that rooftop. Hope like never when I do not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yours. Steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. I'm full of stage, trying to find my pain. I see something coming out of that rain. My game, really my game. I'ma never slow down, I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over on me. Yeah, I'm a slave for you.